talk a
So
lot. I'm
you
sorry.
said so you said that you never support a party who won't purge anti-Semitism, but you're okay with supporting a person who's the head of the party that actively is engaged in racism, actively engages in
And
misogyny.
Trump was a Democrat. Trump
Let me
was
know when I
not
can
really
speak without an
Republican.
interruption.
All right. Well, he's not really Republican anyway. You just have to say things that are true.
I'm not even saying Republican, but you're okay with supporting the candidate that does this. I mean, he literally posted a picture of Michelle and Barack Obama depicted as apes, like literally like a few months ago, and then
Well,
supported it.
Obama's not
That was
Jewish,
a member
and
of his own
not the Holocaust. I
administration.
could give a shit about Obama. I'm talking about
You mean you don't care about
real.
racism, but you have the
I
biggest
do.
issue with
Listen,
anti-Semitism?
listen,
But by the way,
because
I don't
it's
even think what
twisting
you
my
were
mind.
referencing with AOC was actually legitimately anti-Semitism.
I don't
She's
even
not
know if Trump
claiming
really.
Jews
I don't
control
even
the
know if
whole.
that was really
Dude, let
put
me
out
know when
by
I can
Trump.
speak without interruption.
I don't know if that was true or
Wow,
not.
dude,
I
this
don't
is
know who put
unbelievable.
out that monkey thing. Okay, I don't even know where that came from or
Yeah.
if it was 100% linked to Trump or not.
This guy
Whoever put it
listening to
out's an
me.
asshole. Whoever put
So,
it out's an asshole.
hey, dude, I'm trying to have a conversation with you, like, and I think that we can't have a conversation if you don't let me finish my points.
You're not talking about the issue though. You're going to
Oh, I
Obama and we're
promise you, I
talking
am.
about something different.
I wrote down the things that you said. I
Religious
let you.
racism, my friend. We're all tribal in this world. Let's talk about the what's
Yeah,
going on
yeah.
with Israel. That's the
Are
real
you able
issue.
to like let me speak, or are you just going to act like this? This is like
If you
actually
talk about it,
incredibly immature. Like I'm
go
trying to have
ahead.
a conversation with you right now. I wrote down the things that you said so that I didn't have to cut you off when you were saying them.
All
But
right, go ahead. I'll
as
listen.
soon as I
I
make a
got you.
single
I'll
point,
listen.
you want to like steamroll me the whole conversation.
You know
Okay?
what it is? I'm frustrated, not with you, with everything. I'm sorry. Okay, I
Okay.
apologize. I'm just frustrated. It's not you, my friend. You're right.
Alrighty.
You're right.
Okay. Alrighty. So in terms of this, I don't think what AOC said or what she says in general is anti-Semitic. I don't think she is anti-Semitic. Claiming specifically, she says that Jews are going to control the whole world. She never says that. She never has made that claim. Disagreeing with how the
That's
state of Israel
negative.
conducts itself is different than saying that you hate Jewish people. Like, well, I don't see the same. I don't see that as the same. And I think that you trying to act like saying that you dislike what the state of Israel is doing is the same thing as you dislike Jewish people is literally such a reductive take that disenfranchises Jewish people in this country and actually causes more anti-Semitism rather than actually
False.
decreasing it.
That's a
Along with the
false
fact
narrative,
that
my friend. I can't sit back and let you say that publicly in the world. That's just not true. That is
it
just
is.
not true. I've been to Israel. I know. Let me tell you
I'm
something, my
quite
friend.
cool.
You don't understand the reality what I'm talking about. Zionism is the same as a Native American saying they want to live in their indigenous home. It's the same as French saying
No,
they
it's
want to live
not.
in
No, it's
France.
not. No, it's
Yes,
not
it
because
is.
wait, I'm sorry.
There is nothing
Okay,
racist about
I want you
Zionism
to pause
at
for one
all.
quick second. I want you to pause for one
It's
quick
a
second.
lie. It's a lie.
I
You'll
want you to
never
pause for one
convince me
quick
that
second.
Zionism is
Can you
racist.
pause for one quick second? Okay. Do you think
Never.
that it was justified, right, or for Israel to allow for and give weapons to Israeli settlers in the West Bank to go steal land from Palestinians? Do you think that's
Yes, because it
justified?
wasn't their land. They never had a country
So hold
here.
up. So
You've
you
got to
say
be honest,
it
my
wasn't
friend.
there. So do you think the Palestinians stole their land? Like
I think the
the
Palestinians are
specific
from
people
Jordan
living in the
and
West Bank?
Egypt.
Do you think specific individuals in the West Bank actively stole Jewish people's land
I
in
do.
their lifetimes?
I think that Jordan and Egypt are the answer. West Bank was
No, I want an
Jordanian
answer to my
territory.
question. I want an
I'm
answer to my
answering it.
question.
I'm
You're not.
answering it. The history of the reality of
Did the
what happened there.
Palestinians living in the West Bank right now
They're
steal land
not
from Jewish people?
Palestinians. The term
They are.
Palestinian was
Can you
used for
just respond to
Jews
my
in
point? You know
Israel.
who I'm referencing.
I will. I'm
Why
telling
do you
you
have to
the
be?
answer.
Why do Zionists do this? Oh, Palestinians don't exist. Just engage with the point. You know exactly who I'm referencing.
Has
Don't
there
act
ever
like
been
this.
a
You're being
country
weird.
there called Palestine
It
by those
genuinely
people? Ever?
you understand that yes, the British mandate of Palestine includes the word Palestine. Palestine is a word that's existed historically speaking. It's not just like it came out of thin air.
And
Okay?
it came from
Do you
where?
want
The
me? Do you want to
Romans?
actually engage
You
with my
guys don't
point?
even know where the word.
You're
Do you know where the
literally
word
you're
came from?
engaging in a red herring. You're engaging in a red herring. You're
Palestinian is
hyper
not a red
fixating
herring.
on a specific term that's irrelevant to the broader point. You know who I'm referencing.
Okay.
Engage with the point.
Then so is anti-Semitism.
Did the
It's the same thing.
Palestinians living in the West Bank actively steal any land from Jewish people within their lifetimes?
Do you know if they did or not?
I don't think they did, and that was
Well,
obviously not the
you don't
case.
think they did, but have you been there? Have you been on
Wait,
the
no,
West
I
Bank?
don't know. Let me clarify. I don't know. I know that they didn't.
I've been to
Okay,
Hebron.
I
a
know
city
that they
I'm not
didn't. Wait,
allowed
so
to go to
pause.
anymore.
I
I've
know
been
that
to
they
the West
didn't.
Bank.
Okay, I know that they didn't. So then here's my question. Would you think it's justified for people specifically who are indigenous to buy violence with the use of guns and weapons to steal your house from you?
I think after 5,000 years of fucking persecution, I think the Jews can do whatever they have to do to
Answer this
survive. And the rest
question.
of the
Answer
world
the
can
question.
stick it up their ass.
Answer this
That's what.
question. Do you think
Come on,
indigenous
you're on.
Americans could utilize violence to steal your house
Sure,
from
they should
you?
have. They did. They
No,
did.
do
The
you think that
Indians
they would
fought
be?
back.
Do you think that
We
indigenous
beat them, though,
Americans would be justified in
unfortunately.
doing that?
They were.
Wait, I'm asking you. Do you think
But they were
indigenous?
here. It was their country.
He's not
There's a
okay. Okay,
difference.
I don't know why I have to keep repeating because you're not answering my question. Okay, I'm going to ask
What
you
do you
one
want
more
me to
time.
answer?
Sir, if you
Do I
can't
think the
answer these,
Palestinians
sir, if you
stole
can't
land
have a
from the Israelis?
conversation with
Yes,
me,
I
I'm
do.
just going to kick you. You're acting like a child, okay? I'm asking you a direct question. You can either
I'll
engage with
answer.
the question or you can get off my live stream. You are acting like a child. I'm willing to have a
Answer.
conversation
I'll
with you,
answer.
but right now you are not having the attitude of someone who actually genuinely wants to have a conversation.
All right, I'll
Would you
answer.
think is justified for an indigenous American to use violence and force and
Yes.
threat of using a gun to literally steal your house from you?
If I took their land from them first, yes, it would be.
Wait, you
totally
didn't though. You
justifiable.
specifically didn't. You as a person didn't. So if you as a person didn't, it wouldn't justify it. Then that's the same thing true for the Palestinians in the West Bank. You can't say it's
Is
justified
it?
to go steal land by the use of violence, specifically
didn't
just
steal
because you think that this is indigenous land for the ancestors of the specific people
Okay,
that you
I get it.
of your ethnicity. That makes literally no sense.
What makes you think it was stolen? That's a question I ask you.
What
How was
that
this
what
land
was stolen? Wait,
How was it
because
stolen?
they're giving weapons to Israeli settlers to go into
That
the
doesn't
West
mean it's
Bank.
stolen. Do you know there's 500,000 Israelis that live there, and they have lived there for 1,000 years? They're not just Palestinians.
I'm
there. You've
responding
got
to your
Jews that live
question,
there.
sir.
You're not. You don't answer.
I directly was answering. If you want to let me answer, I can answer.
Go
If
ahead,
not,
answer it. But
dude, like I don't know why you act like this. You're
because I know
literally
the
like a
truth,
child.
and you're not letting me get to the point of what really happened.
What do you mean? I'm not
I
letting
know
you
what
get to the point. You don't let me finish my points at all.
You're-
Go ahead, make whatever point you want, and let me know when I can speak without interruption.
You have to go to where this thing starts. You can't just jump in the modern era and say these people stole this land. You're talking about a piece of land smaller than the state of New Jersey, and every Bible, including the Quran, tells people that Jerusalem, and they're still trying to take Jerusalem from the Jews. It's an endless battle. They take 1 inch, they take a mile. And if you think it's all on the settlers and the Israelis, don't get me wrong, I'm no right-wing settler either, okay? But when it comes to Zionism, you guys have it all wrong. Every culture on this planet that wants to live on the place they were born and their ancestors were born is Zionism. That's the same thing with Native American, French, Tahiti. I don't care where you live, it's the same. But why are Jews singled out for any difference in their land? America took their land, Brazil's taking land, France takes Tahiti. The whole world is going around taking land. No one says a word, nobody complains, the UN says nothing. But Israel is the villain because they're fighting world terrorism. They're on the tip of the spear, my friend. This is Western civilization being attacked over and over. You think Israel started this 47 years ago? I was there when the Shah got taken. I was actually in the Middle East when that happened.
Oh my God!
These
Are you just
motherfuckers
going to go on like
shit.
an entire tangent of your like ideological
it's the
Zionist
same
position?
reason.
I'm sorry. Like,
You're-
how is this a response to anything I've said? I'm trying. Okay,
Because it
you're
tells you the
literally
history.
just okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute you if you don't be quiet. Stop talking for a second, please. Just be quiet. Like genuinely. Okay, this is absurd. I just want to respond. It is ridiculous. You're just going to go on some ideological tangent, and you're not going to address anything that I legitimately am saying. I'm asking if you think it's justified for settler colonists to literally go in and steal land right now, and you said yes, it was justified. So don't act like, oh, they're not stealing land, or oh, we don't think it's justified, or oh, there's no ideological issue here, when you're actively acknowledging that you want to steal it now. I would disagree with any person doing this. I disagree with Russian aggression, trying to steal Ukrainian land. I disagree with it when Israel does it. It's not specific, just a double standard. I only apply to Jewish people, or I only apply to the state of Israel, but I don't apply to anyone else. That is a ridiculous standpoint. Again, also, difference between the state of Israel and Jewish people. Stop trying to say that they're the exact same to try to justify that any critique of the state of Israel is going to somehow be anti-Semitism. It's embarrassing.
I never said that.
That's what you were trying to argue earlier.
No, it's not. I'm talking about, do you know that for the last 25 years, Palestinians have had their own police and everything in the West Bank and Gaza? They were in charge of their own destiny. They voted Hamas in 2 different elections. You don't know the truth of the area. These people have voted in for
terrorism. Less than 50% of Palestinians that exist there in Gaza specifically did that. And in the West Bank, Hamas isn't even there. What are you talking about? And also, Netanyahu let Qatari money go into literally Gaza to help build up Hamas because he said he doesn't want a Palestinian state, and he thinks that allowing for the PA to create a Palestinian state would be bad for the state of Israel trying to expand. So quite literally, your leader that you have right now within the state of Israel, quite literally has historically created the conditions where Hamas has been the leader within Gaza.
Please.
Yes, they have. And they admit this. This is in the Times of Israel.
Why are you so against Israel? What do you have against the fucking Jews in Israel?
You see what I mean? You see how you always try to do that? What do you have against the Jews in Israel? You're literally trying to make it like, oh, because I'm criticizing how the state of Israel is conducting itself, it has to mean that I'm criticizing Jewish people. That's not what I'm saying. Why are you being this dishonest?
Okay, then I'll answer your question exactly if you answer mine. How about that?
Do you see how you just did it after saying that I didn't? After you're saying that you didn't actually do it when I criticized it?
I answered your question. You asked me if I thought it was right or wrong, if I supported it, and I told you what I thought. Okay, move on.
You think it's literally justified to steal land from people, and I was trying to criticize that, and you're
about
not
we
willing
agree
to
to
actually
disagree?
engage. By the way, you're not willing to actually engage with that argument because you just went on some
I
ideological
studied
tangent and
it, my
rant,
friend. I've
right?
been to
That
college and
about
studied it. So
yeah. Let me know when
you
I'm.
can say whatever you want.
It's always just going to be like, what are you doing? You want to have a productive dialogue with me?
Yes, then talk about something else. Move on now.
Okay,
Next
yeah.
subject.
Okay, I will. You're the one who brought it up. Okay? So I'm just responding to things that you brought up. That's literally the first thing you brought up.
We agree to
So
disagree. How about that? We can agree to disagree.
I wouldn't do that, to be honest with you, because
Well,
I think
I
that
do.
these are views that are so disgusting. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's so disgusting to advocate that it's okay to steal people's land like that. That's actually
They didn't
atrocious.
steal people's land.
It is.
You got it wrong. Who was
I
there
just
first? 5,000 years
I'm
ago?
sorry.
You
I'm
got
sorry.
it
I'm
wrong.
pausing. I'm muting you right now. You're muted right now. No one can hear you. Okay? I will unmute you. Right? You just need to stop doing this. Okay? You actively said it was justified to steal the land. I literally asked you that direct question. Why are you acting like I am just misrepresenting what happened when actively you said yes, it's okay to steal the land? That's literally what you said. I'm not like misrepresenting you in any way. This isn't some sort of agree to disagree. You literally think it's justified to violently steal people's land. Okay? I think that's fucked. I think that's disgusting. I think it's disgusting when Israel does it. I think it's disgusting when Russia does it. I think it's disgusting when America does it. I think it's disgusting when any imperialist nation does it. Okay? That's not good regardless. This is not only a standard I apply to the state of Israel. It's something I apply to everyone, and it happens to be something that the state of Israel is doing. You can unmute yourself. You got to click the microphone in the bottom right. There you go.
Am I back?
You're back.
I'm back. Okay. Listen, the only place we disagree. Let me rewind myself, because I do get emotional about this, because there's a lot at stake in this world, and maybe I see it through different eyeballs, but I've grown up with a different mindset than your average non-Jew, and you have to understand where Holocaust survivors come from when they get emotional about this. My whole point on this whole thing is
this has nothing to do with the Holocaust. I'm sorry. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm not saying that. I'm just giving you some context.
No, it's really frustrating that you try to act like this had anything to do with the Holocaust.
I'm talking about me, why I get so excited, and I'm apologizing why I got so crazy. I'm trying to talk to you, and I'm trying to apologize. Just let me talk for a second, dude.
I get you, but it's a constant mechanism that the state of Israel uses to try to literally take away from all the things that they've done.
Racism, right? Oh,
shut the fuck up, dude.
Let me explain it. Is racism?
Shut the fuck up, dude.
You are an asshole, and you're on.
I don't care if you think that. Think whatever you want. I don't give a shit.
Because you know what? You're wrong. And the proof of the pudding is what happened today with the peace. You know what? You're wrong. And when you're going to see it, they're going to blow up some more places, kill some more people, and the world is going to go crazy, just like 9/11. They'll blame the Jews again when the Arabs are killing people in every.
Hey, again, why do you keep doing that?
And once again,
do you want me to do you want to keep doing these things? I've already responded to this, dude. You keep doing this thing. You keep doing this thing where you're like, if we criticize the state of Israel, that means you're blaming Jewish people. Like, what is this? What is this argument?
Palestinians in the Arab world for their freaking stupidity, stealing other people's cultures, building mosques on top of other people's holy sites.
Stealing other people's cultures? That's literally what white people have done. You know that, right?
Yeah, maybe they did, dude, but I didn't do it.
Okay, wait. So then let me ask you this question, right?
We're all on stolen land here, all of us. Everybody.
Yeah. So then, do you think it's so then? Over it. Okay, so again,
the whole world is. There's not
you're not
one
listening.
country other than Iceland that wasn't formed by violence.
But you're actively justifying that stealing.
It's
I have to kick.
It's
hey, dude,
reality.
You've acted like such a petulant child that I now have to kick you because of harassment and bullying. Okay, you just got a flag for TikTok for harassment and bullying. So what a petulant child that he literally just is crashing out unbelievably to a degree that he can't even have a conversation. Like, dude, we couldn't even get past the first fucking thing with this guy. The first fucking thing. How annoying is that guy? Like, I do not like talking to people like that. They're so unhinged. They won't even have a conversation. It's not even productive at all. Even if I explain something, he doesn't understand it at all. Like, I literally explained to him, you cannot say that because someone criticizes the state of Israel, that they're criticizing Jewish people. And then he continues to try to create this narrative that because people are criticizing the state of Israel, that they're criticizing specifically Jewish people and they're singling out Jewish people. Like, do you see how they're specifically trying to utilize this idea of anti-Semitism existing in the world as literally a shield for any criticism? It's really embarrassing. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. But then, by the way, he was totally willing to overlook racism. He didn't give a shit about the fact that Donald Trump posted a picture depicting Michelle and Barack Obama as apes. It's crazy. Yosef, how old are you?
I am 42. I'm voted for Trump, and I'm from California.
And do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do, and I would vote for him if he ran in 2028, and I would like to debate you on that topic. Okay, Donald Trump is the best choice for a candidate in 2028. You can lay the axioms and the groundwork, though, because I dog walked your homie Dean yesterday. And Parker, I love your lives. I respect you. I won't talk over you or anything like that. Please don't kick me, because Dean kicked me last night because I dog walked him. You can go to his YouTube. I dog walked him on this exact topic. Santana couldn't even see me. Santana, he thought he could bring in Santana to help him because Dean, he crashes out. He appeals to emotions. So I want you to think really clearly about this. Get your philosophical mind out. I know it's early in the morning. I hope you've had your caffeine. I hope you get the Benjamin. Parker, I hope Elon Musk comes in this live.
Can you stop all the meta? Can you stop all the meta?
Yeah, go.
And can you actually just tell me your position? I know that you didn't dog walk Dean. It's all just meta. That's cringe. Can you actually just give me an argument? It's really corny.
Yeah, sure. Donald Trump should win the presidential election in 2028 because of Trump. The swamp is being drained, and JD Vance would be a worse person to run the U.S. government.
Okay, so I'm asking you the question, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, all right. And you think that he can run in 2028 constitutionally?
No, I know it goes against the 22nd Amendment, but he's already skirted 6 amendments that I've seen so far. So his track record for getting around amendments is 100%.
Okay, it sounds like you're trolling. So Dean kicked you because you're trolling.
No, I wasn't trolling. Dean kicked me because you can't see this argument. I literally have a degree in theoretical mathematics and philosophy. I will dog walk.
Has absolutely nothing to do with understanding about amendments, right? Your understanding of law and the Constitution has nothing to do with theoretical mathematics and philosophy.
Just set a timer so then we don't interrupt each other, because I don't want to interrupt you because you keep talking over me, and I don't mean to talk at the same time as you. I keep trying to mute myself.
Sorry, I apologize. I just do you want to acknowledge that? I think you're trolling right now.
I am 100% not trolling. I swear, if
was that Dean's stated reason for kicking you? So I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to clarify.
No. So no. He kicked me because Santana came in live, and I'm a Santana fanboy, and I said something I shouldn't have said. I'm not going to say it again because I don't want to get.
So you got a flag. I don't want to. Okay, I just got a message from someone. You got a flag. Okay, so he kicked you because he's scared of debating you and because you got dog walked. Yeah, that's really a good explanation there. Okay, you can go into all your points.
But I looked at my account,
make all your points. I'm not going to cut you off. I just wanted to clarify that beforehand.
Yeah. How would you? But I mean, so this is your live. I want you to control. I want to know what you want this to be like. Am I going to give a talking point and ask a question, and then you'll answer and give your evidence and stuff like that? You just want me to start?
Oh, go ahead and address your point. I want you to explain why you think he'll be able to get around the constitutional basis of him not being able to run for a third term. What's his specific route?
Yeah, he's already skirted 6 amendments. I already said that.
But how will he do it? How will he skirt this amendment? Because for example, he might be able to try to do so when there is less of an interpretation, or there's more of an interpretation issue with the Constitution and a disagreement based on that. But if there's not an interpretation issue and it's completely across the board acknowledged, for example, the fact that you can't run a third term based upon the amendments and how they're set up, well, then I think that's such explicit language that he doesn't have any working around for that thing unless he were to completely throw out the Constitution, which is something that he's not allowed to do. The only real way that you could try to say that he does this is by getting someone he wants into a position by using his false slates of electors method that he used last time and getting Vance to certify those false slates. And that's really the only way that someone could try to make an argument that he's going to do something like that. Otherwise, it's voter suppression, things like that.
I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with everything you just said, except what amendments do you think the Trump administration and, Trump himself has violated so far in his second term?
What amendments do I think that they violated?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that they violated the 4th Amendment. I think they violated the 14th Amendment. Those are examples.
I know, but the count, is it 2 or is it more than 2?
Those are the 2 that I care to argue right now. I don't care to go through every single one.
Neither do I, but I've been saying 6.
I can also bring up the 1st. I could also bring up the 5th.
Right.
I could also bring up,
Right. Right. It's about 6 though, right? Give or take 1 or 2, right? It's around
The Second
6.
Amendment. I mean, I don't
About,
know. Probably.
you're getting closer to 6. You named 5. 22nd would make it 6, right?
But 22nd isn't when he's undermined, right?
No, but it would come up, right?
That's if he would be undermining this amendment, yeah.
Okay. So since he's already skirted around 5 to 6, that we can agree on that, can we just say 5 or 6? Or can you just give me a number that you would agree with?
Yeah, so like let me be clear here. The ones that I'm bringing up are situations where there is a little bit more nuance to which position they hold to, right? And what are the interpretations and what can they do within the law bounds of the law to be able to move these things around. So when they violate like the Fourth Amendment, because of the level of precedented nature, it doesn't allow for there to be a response from the Supreme Court as quickly, right? Or from federal courts as quickly. It takes time for them to review and go over those cases on that particular law and seemingly what the interpretation is going to be. But with things that have already been defined, based in the amendment, specifically with the context of the 22nd Amendment, there isn't that wiggle room, that they have of judicial review to be able to identify what the interpretation is of the Constitution within that respect, right? And therefore, there's not going to be a limitation in terms of like whether or not they could apply it. So he just won't be able to get himself on a ballot at all if he tried to run. It just wouldn't be a possibility. Are you saying people could write him in or something? And even then, like, he can't win as a write-in candidate because he wouldn't be able to register as a candidate in the very first place. Because in order to register, you can't. It's not possible that you've been able to run twice and before and win twice. You can't have 2 terms and then go for a third one. It's very explicit. You'd have to re-amend the Constitution, which he doesn't have enough votes for in Congress.
I 100% agree with you. But remember what my claim was. Donald Trump should run. He is the reason that the swamp is being drained, and JD Vance would be worse. You're not addressing any of that with what you just said. You're just addressing like an obstacle that theoretically and hypothetically exists in your mind based on what you know. But you agree with me that 6 amendments have been skirted, 5 to 6, and that one could be skirted because the MAGA Republicans are in charge of the Supreme Court, the Senate, the House, right? They have everything. So can you tell me what evidence you have that they wouldn't, I'm not saying that they have to amend it. Did I argue that? Did I claim that? Did I claim that at all?
I thought that's what you were referencing within my argument.
No, that's not what I was referencing.
So what were you referencing?
At all what I was referencing. I was saying, you brought up Constitution. I didn't bring up Constitution. I said, when you brought up Constitution, I said that he's already skirted around, let's just say 4. We'll just go as low as possible. We'll say 4 amendments he's gotten around. And you're saying that's an interpretation issue. It's not going to happen. It's happened, though. What other president has skirted around this many amendments recently, Parker?
Okay. So I think you're literally trolling.
Silence. I'm going to dog walk you. I'm going to dog walk you. Kick me, or I'm going to dog walk you. I'm telling you, I'm going to dog walk you just like Dean. Think for a second.
I genuinely think you're trolling right now because you're acting like really weird, and then you're also like not making
trolling.
an argument that like really makes your side look good.
Kick me for trolling. If you think I'm trolling,
it doesn't make your side look good to argue. Hold on, it doesn't make your side look good for you to argue that he's skirted around the Constitution. Are you like so you think it's good that he doesn't care about the Constitution?
I'm voting for Trump. I'm not voting for MAGA. I'm voting for Trump because the swamp will be drained. The more incompetent he is, the more his early onset dementia comes on, the swamp will be further drained. And I'm arguing that JD Vance is worse.
He's totally trolling.
That's not a troll.
Yeah, he's totally trolling. Let's go to the next individual. 100%. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. That person is totally trolling. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Sorry, I just added them up.
I'm 18, bro, but we debated before. I've been in your streams multiple times. I think you forgot about me.
How long ago?
Like last week.
Okay, too recently. What's up? How you doing today?
Good morning. Yeah, either Dean and I came to the conclusion that either he is a masterful troll or he absolutely is brainwashed and believes this shit.
He's totally a troll. He 100% a troll. He just said the very end part there 100% confirmed it for me. No Trump supporter would say that. I don't know. I feel like I pick up on trolls that have those absurd views like pretty quickly, but like I always get gaslit out of it.
I'm telling you, they've been, I don't know, like they've been leaning into the extreme a lot lately, so it's a little hard for me to figure out.
Yeah, that's why it is. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah,
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
I'd probably vote for Harris. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Hunter, thank you for the corky. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the TikTok screen, everybody. Alrighty.
Hello?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
I just want to say I'm sorry for your.
I appreciate you very much. I'm just looking for some debates. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, Parker, I just want to say I love you, bro.
I was going to say, did you see the first person I had? The first person I had literally was just straight up arguing it was okay for Israelis to go in and steal land from Palestinians in the West Bank.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
holy shit. That's
They
the
were
start.
super crazy. And they said that anti-Semitism is a red line, but then like they were totally okay with Donald Trump posting the picture depicting Michelle and Barack Obama as monkeys. Right? It's
I'm
crazy.
telling you, they're leaning into it. It's like the worst of them that are starting to come out.
Yeah, it's literally insane. And I'm just like, I have no possible way of like understanding the insane double, and then tried to claim that we were the ones engaging in double standards, and was like trying to say that AOC was anti-Semitic, and said that she said that Jews want to control the world or something, which she obviously never said. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Trump?
Why do liberals not acknowledge that black people do?
I'm going to go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria list in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria list in the TikTok screen.
I had a guy last night that argued that Biden sent money to Ukraine and was threatening to start a war. I said, Trump has literally sent money and started a war. What are we doing?
Literally, like, describes Trump. Like, I hate Biden describes Trump. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah, he wanted to talk about the first term and then Biden. I'm like, why aren't we talking about now?
Yeah, I know, right? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely over 18. Can I just say that?
Yeah, do you support Trump?
No, but I have a question.
We are just looking for some debates. You know, if they always try to only want to talk about the first term, I'm okay with that because we could just talk about January 6th.
Yeah.
If they want to keep talking about that, we can do that. If they think it's so relevant to bring up the Trump's first administration, we can talk about it, you know?
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, he was like, well, why aren't you recognizing that? I said, like, you got to update your talking points. Like, more has happened since the stuff that you're talking about. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Oh my gosh. By the way, everybody, if you send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria on the TikTok screen, we are just going to do some debates right now, so I will block you if you don't meet that criteria. There is situations where you can, where I do Q&As later in the streams, the end of the streams, or I do Twitch streams every once in a while where I do like talk to people and stuff like that and play games. Those are the times to, ask me questions in the chat for situations like that. Do not come up on my live and try to ask me a question. I will just block you right now. I'm not trolling. I will absolutely block you right now because I am just trying to look for some debates. Please only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. Please respect my boundaries. We are just looking for some debates. If you send a guest request and you don't meet that criteria on the screen, you will get blocked, and I will not care.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Again, if you purposefully send a guest request and you do not meet that criteria, you will get blocked. If you purposefully send a guest request, you do not meet that criteria, you will get blocked, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, they're definitely a troll. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Again, if you purposefully send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria, you will get blocked. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm sorry, my cat pressed the request button.
I think they accidentally sent a request. Don't worry, don't worry. I think I heard their cat accidentally sent a request. Momo, what the heck, Momo? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? Mango.
Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. List in the TikTok screen. If you do send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria, I will block you. Just letting you know. So do not send a guest request if you don't meet that criteria. Including the person who was just trolling on my stream. By the way, you did just get blocked as well. I see you in the guest box. Blocked. Dude, the only Trump supporter in the box right now is literally Brian, the passport bro. That's it.
He's so obsessed with you guys.
He's so obsessed,
weird.
dude. It is unbelievable. He like will always be in the stream now. He's like our number one fan.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's get this next person up here. Only do send a guest request if you meet that criteria. If you send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria in the TikTok screen, you will get blocked, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, of course.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
You said what?
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. And what's your birth year?
2000, and I don't give a fuck.
Okay. Become legend. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Nice haircut. Why do you get trolled so much? Trump supporters are actually cowardly right now. They're less likely to want to debate. That's kind of mainly what it is, and it's leading to this notion where is a more chance that we're going to get a troll than it is that we're going to get a MAGA supporter that's confident enough to debate me on the stream.
Well, and I think even more what it is they're retreating to their safe space. And so you see, like,
they are.
If you ever scroll through TikTok and you'll see, like, a panel, they'll have, like, 9 Trump supporters all talking to each other with a room with, like, 12 people and just talking about how amazing Trump is, but they'll never actually come up and debate anyone, ever.
Yeah, where are these people? These people need to start debating me. Like, it's absurd. Like, where are they at? We need to join my live stream. Debate me. Debate me, bro.
And I'll go MAGA hunting, and they've gotten to the point where they won't even let me up anymore. Like, they rather protect their safe space. Like that.
That person's horrible. Blocked. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria on the TikTok screen. If you send a guest request, you don't meet that criteria on the screen, you will get blocked.
I mean, I would actually be hiding if I were them as well. Imagine voting for the worst president in United States history. All right, CJ, are you a Trump supporter?
How old are you?
24.
And do you support Trump?
I did.
Do you anymore?
I don't.
Okay. Only send a guest request if you don't meet that criteria in the TikTok screen, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. If you send a guest request, you do not meet that criteria in the TikTok screen, you will get blocked. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yep. Yeah, I do.
What state do you live in?
I live in Australia.
New state dropped. New state dropped.
Okay, mate.
If you
guys,
send
just to make
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just about to say, just to make sure everyone understands, if you are in the request, that means you are over the age of 18, you are a United States citizen, and you currently support Donald Trump. Not previously, not want to, you not have a question, not want to actually talk about anything else. That means that you are here for a debate. If you take a look at the bottom and you see the pink and blue person, you're good. That means you're just hanging out watching. But if you see the gray person, that means that you are in the request. So if you are in the request, you are over the age of 18, you are a current Trump supporter that would vote for him today if given the option between any other Democratic option, and you are someone that is here to debate.
Alrighty, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that criteria. We are just looking for some debates. Yeah, this is so brutal.
Yeah.
Trump supporters are so scared. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Salam alaikum. From Gaza, ممكن.
Okay. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Oh my gosh, I think this is someone I always see in the box or in the chat who's like, hates me. Let's see. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Adam.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
You hate me, don't you? You spam the chat all the time. You finally come up to debate me?
No, I don't hate anybody. I just think Democrats are delusional at the moment.
We're the delusional ones.
Yeah, Santana especially.
Did you know that Donald Trump said that he drinks Diet Coke to kill cancer because it kills grass?
Yep. Also, he said orange Fanta is freshly squeezed.
Freshly squeezed, actually, directly from Florida.
Do you know that Democrats allow men and women's sports in bathrooms?
Is that why you voted for a man that walked into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms?
Doesn't matter. You guys let...
Wow, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You heard it here first, folks. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Look at it. You see it immediately when you guys don't apply that standard to your own cult-like support of Trump.
And I love how they pretend
as if every day. You talk about this every day.
And yet you still don't have a response, buddy.
Debunked on it.
And yet you still don't have a response. How do I talk about it every single day, and yet you still don't have the ability to respond to it?
It's not worth it anymore. It's not worth. It's not worth it to argue this topic.
Then why are you on the live debating me right now, bro?
Because you guys allow men and women's sports in bathrooms, and we.
Is that why you support a man that's literally bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent?
Listen, America, a majority of America, does not agree with you guys on these issues.
Okay, do you think a majority of America agrees with you? What's Trump's approval rating?
This is why you guys lost the election.
What's Trump's approval rating, buddy?
You guys have to get.
Wait, what's Trump's approval rating?
You guys have to get.
What is Trump's approval rating? I'm waiting.
What do you mean?
What's Trump's approval rating?
What does it have to do with what I'm talking about?
You said a majority of America doesn't agree with you. A majority of America doesn't agree with you. An overwhelming majority of America doesn't agree with you.
This is why you guys.
Hell, that's why there's like none of you in my guest box. Literally, because you guys are too scared to debate me, and or you literally can't debate me.
Listen, do you guys? You guys have to understand. Listen, my family are Democrats. Okay, they support the Democratic Party. Well, they don't support it as much as they used to because of what you guys support now. Right? You guys have to understand that you have to get these issues correct in order to
actually,
win the
let me just clarify you, because you have this like straw man version in your head. You have this straw man version in your head.
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
These are 95 to 5 issues. Okay? So like I don't hate trans people. I don't hate anybody. I don't think everybody should exist, right? But you guys can't be letting biological men and women's sports in bathrooms.
You guys are so hyper fixated on less than 1% of the United States population.
They can have their own. They can have their own
You do
category.
understand the reason why you guys keep talking about this is because Donald Trump has crashed our economy. He's got us back in war. Gas prices are up. Grocery prices are more expensive. And instead of actually worrying about what's happening in our country and the fact that people are suffering and the fact that your grocery price is up and people can't even afford to live, the only thing that you want to talk about is less than 1% of the population because it makes you feel better. Like if you're so hyper fixated on less than 1% of the United States population, it's because you have fuck all else. You don't think it's weird that the only thing that you want to talk about is transgender people when everything else is unaffordable? The American dream is no more. And hey, question, did you know that they're thinking about actually instituting an actual draft this year? Have you guys even talked about the fact that they're forcing people into the military? They actually passed an act that allows selective service, the auto enrollment for selective service for 18 to 25. They upped the age for enlistment from 34 to 42. Like, are you even? They extended the return period another year for soldiers that had got removed during COVID because not enough people were returning. And Donald Trump has no plans for us to actually negotiate a peace plan with Iran. But you think that transgender people is the biggest issue, where they're literally trying to force people into the military to fight for Israel. You don't want to talk about that?
No, because
fucking identity politics. Go ahead and talk about shit that doesn't matter.
It does matter, okay? Because
it doesn't. How many transgender people do you know?
It doesn't matter how many
transgender people do you know?
Probably 2.
Personally.
Probably 2.
Yeah, and are either of them a threat?
It doesn't have to be a threat. You guys have to understand that
You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar.
men
You
are
want to talk
physically.
about other things that don't matter because you guys are so fucking cooked. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Talk about
Santana,
stuff
this
that's irrelevant.
absolutely matters. Just
No, it doesn't.
some people
It doesn't.
are one issue voters. You guys have to understand
If
that,
you're a
like,
one issue voter
you guys
with
can lose
someone who
an
is a
election off
34
one
count
issue.
felon, a fascist, a sexist, a racist, a classist, like you picked the wrong issue, bub. Like you're focused on the wrong issue.
Trigger words. You just use trigger
Let's
words.
let him explain his whole view real quick, and then I want to hyperfixate on the fact that he's a single issue voter. So we'll do that in a second. So
No,
like let's
I'm
let
not
him make his
single.
point here, and
I'm
then
not
I'm going to do
saying
that real
I'm
quick.
a single. I'm not saying I'm a single issue voter, but around election time, when this stuff was going on, right? You guys, emphasizing trans and women's bathroom in sports and not saying like,
Literally not
okay,
true.
and not saying, okay, yeah, men and women are different. Trans people, they could have maybe their own sport, but instead you guys like attack people. You attack mothers and fathers and families for not wanting biological men to compete in sports with their daughters.
The
And I
shit you're
have
saying is not true.
two little sisters. I have two little sisters that are 13 and 11 years old, and I will not allow policies to be passed where men can play in the same sport as them. What if LeBron James fucking
all you're doing
put
is
a
repeating
dress
the
on
same thing over
tomorrow,
and over.
put
Okay,
a
can I
dress on
respond now?
tomorrow and said he's a woman? What if
Sir,
LeBron,
sir, can I respond now?
James,
Can I respond now?
If LeBron James said
You just keep
I'm a woman
repeating the same thing.
tomorrow,
I want to
It's
respond now.
just
I don't know why you keep
just
repeating
him
the same
actually
thing.
disparaging
would you let him
transphobia.
play
He
in the
doesn't have any
WNBA?
points.
No,
He just
because he's
wants to
not
be
a woman.
hateful.
Okay,
No,
so
he just wants to be
LeBron
hateful.
LeBron James is a cis man. I don't know why you'd even give that as an example. Secondly, we would say after multiple years
LeBron
of
James
HR.
is born a man. What is a cis man? What is a cis?
Let me
It's
know
a
when I can
medical
speak out
term, you
interruptions.
idiot.
I'm gonna mute you right now, and I let you speak. I'm gonna now try to go on because you just literally tried to repeat the same thing over and over again. Okay, so trans women after multiple years of HRT have no particular unfair biological advantages that would even prevent them from playing in the first place. You won't be able to give me any examples of any trans women specifically that are dominating women's sports. You won't. You won't be able to do it. It's not a real thing that's happening. Okay. This whole argument about, oh my gosh, trans people in sports, it's the worst thing ever. This is a thing that's dealt with in local communities or in different sports organizations. They will have their particular determinations on this in terms of whether they want to do hormones or what they specifically want to base their standards off of for sports. Okay? That is not a federal issue. That's not something that we do from a federal scale. And the reason why we weren't talking about this is because we acknowledge that. Okay? What we do talk about, Santana, you just got a flag.
Yeah,
Do you want to go
switch
on your other
accounts.
account?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually have to restart it then because that's my second harassment and bullying flag. But I'll make this point. So actually, you know what? We'll come back and then I'll just make this point. Just remind me where the point I was. So hey, Adam, you there? Adam, you there? I have to hit a quick restart real quick. Can you be the first? Just be the first guest when I come back up. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
Alrighty. Give me 1 second, everyone. I actually have to hit a quick restart. That's my second harassment and bullying flag for TikTok here. So I have to hit a quick restart. All I have to do is click the profile picture in the top left, click it again, and then refresh in like 10 seconds. I'll be right back here on TikTok. If you don't want to deal with any of these restarts in the very first place, I recommend to go over to the YouTube, join the 2,300 people here on YouTube. That's one of the best places to be able to not even have to deal with that in the very first place. Alrighty, give me a quick second, everybody. Okay, yours isn't representative of the population, even if you think you have liberal and conservative friends. Because again, still, you're not representing the majority of Americans in areas in which you aren't representing women, you aren't representing a bunch of other communities and groups, right? So there's plenty of individuals that you're not representing that are part of this country.
And
That's fine. But you guys know, first of all, trans people have rights. What rights don't they have? What rights don't trans people have?
Can you
What
directly
rights don't they
respond
have,
to what
Santana?
Parker
Let me
just
actually
said?
respond directly, please.
What rights don't trans people have? What do they have?
Yeah. So
Tell me.
trans people specifically don't have the rights. Specifically, right now, medically speaking, they literally have their sex based on specifically in their identification. For example, Caitlyn Jenner has come out and talked about the fact that she literally can't go on the plane. She can't go fly because of this. Because of the fact that it literally restricts her from doing this. Caitlyn Jenner still supports Trump, is on your side, and acknowledges this. I just want to clarify. Along with the fact that...
Repeat that.
Because of her passport, because it specifically says that based upon her biological sex and not based upon her gender, she literally can't go fly.
Based upon her gender, she can't fly?
Literally, yes, I'm serious. Literally go look it up.
What are you talking about?
She's talked about this recently.
Anybody can fly today. Anybody in the world.
She's talking about how there are limitations in terms of this. There's also limitations in terms of medical care. There's also limitations in terms of being able to be in the military. Quite literally, trans people have been kicked out of the military.
There should be limitations on these things. I don't understand.
What? You think trans people should be kicked out of the military?
There should be limitations on their cognitive, their mental to be able to function if they want to be in the military.
It does. Like all the trans people that were in the military, they were functioning for decades.
Listen, you can't. That's fine. I know there's probably a few, strong.
So then why are you okay with kicking all trans people out?
I'm not, but you have to understand that these people are mentally.
Wait, they're not. There's nothing in the DSM. There's nothing in the new DSM that says that.
Well, obviously, there's a few.
I would love to call out this point really quick, Adam. You talked about
screws, obviously.
Hey,
right?
Adam,
there's
you talked about
loose screws. If you want to, if I would like to say,
you talked about the 12 people that were on your basketball team, right?
There's a few
Adam, you
loose
mentioned
screws.
there was 12 people on your basketball team, right?
I had to mute him.
I was just going to say, you mentioned the 12 people on your basketball team and all of them say no. Well, the actual study and polls and research that I'm looking at, this was a survey of 10,188 Americans across the board, ranging from the age of 18 to over 65, people that were registered Republicans, Independent, Democrats, people of multiple races and multiple levels of income. And so the entire spectrum of people is where we got this information from as far as the approval ratings and what they think about transgender people. So the question I have is, what's more indicative of reality? The 12 people from your basketball team or the 10,188 people that completed this survey?
I can't unmute him because it's glitched now. He has to unmute himself.
He was unmuted and then he muted himself again.
We can't hear him at all. I think he glitched. If you are,
I'm here.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's a study done.
Can you address what I said, Adam, before you move on to your study, please?
We can't hear you when you swipe out of the app. Just letting you know.
Address what point exactly?
I said, what's more indicative of what Americans think? The 12 people from your basketball team or the 10,188 people across America that actually participated in this survey and study by Pew and Gallup?
Yeah, well, there's actually a different survey. Probably about 70% of Americans don't agree with trans women and women's sports.
That's fine. I just have that simple, straightforward question.
So
and then
I'm
we can look at
confused on
whatever
what I'm confused on what
Adam, I promise you we can talk about whatever you have. I just want to answer to my question directly. What's more indicative of the reality, the 12 people from your basketball team or the 10,188 people that completed this study and survey?
the survey on trans people having rights?
Yeah, which one is more indicative of reality? The 12 people from your basketball team or the 10,188 people that completed this study and survey in conjunction with Pew and Gallup?
10,000 people, but that's only 10,000 people. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Yeah, but you understand that that's
people? That's absolutely nothing.
Again, he's not understanding. So you can have that level of a sample size and it can still be representative of the population. That's actually a good sample size.
Absolutely not.
That's actually a really good sample size. 10,000 is actually a very good.
Adam, did you hear
Let me look at what I do.
Adam, did you hear the representation that I said? I mean, again, there's 10,188 people. The ages start at 18 and they go over 65. There are people that are registered Republicans, Democrats, and Independent. Every single race is represented, and multiple income levels are represented. So, that's a wide spectrum of people to get a complete sample set.
So in order for a poll to be effective, you do not need the entirety of the population. You don't need a majority of the population. You need a population that allows you to represent the entirety of the population. That would allow for you to have a statistically significant likelihood of it being an effective distribution of the population. That's really all it is. Does this accurately represent the population? It's not whether or not you have everyone. It's just whether or not it could statistically represent it within a certain level of confidence.
Okay, and I disagree. So it says here, when I look up, do a majority of Americans agree with trans women and women's sports and bathrooms? Okay.
Okay, I can't believe we're still on this. I can't believe it, dude.
Like,
this is why I want to throw my head through the wall.
You don't have to crash. You don't have to crash, bro. Let me
No,
make a point,
it's because we're like talking about the same thing for how long? Like I've had the most insufferable
because
guests today.
Santana just brought up whatever statistics that I don't even know like what they're coming from. So it says
I can't
It's you and Gallup, but the problem that Parker is having is that you won't actually engage with anything, and you don't have.
I just
actual
engaged. Let me
information.
make a point, then we can move on.
But
So
you
it
don't
says
have
no.
actual information.
It says no. A majority of Americans
Where are you getting
generally
this
do
from?
not support. I will give you the source after.
How about you give us
bro.
the source
Let me
before you
talk.
start
Like,
rambling stuff?
Santana, can we mute Santana? Can we mute him?
No.
No, I'll mute you. Fuck you. Don't tell me to mute Santana. Go fuck yourself.
Why does he keep interrupting me when I'm talking?
Shut the fuck up. He can speak whenever he wants on my live stream.
Okay,
I
so
don't
can I
like
make
you.
a point?
Be quiet.
Can I make a point?
No, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna actually thank people right now. Fuck you. Katie, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you very much on Venmo. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Melanie, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's actually really funny. Thank you so much, Melanie. Abby, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Put some W's for Abby in the comment section right now. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, there's so many examples I could provide. It's actually crazy. Anthony, thank you so much for the $5.60 on Venmo. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Austin, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. Ruben, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. Jared, thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Jared. Can we get some W's for Jared in the comment section? He said, good morning, Parker. I watch your stream every day, and you in chat making me feel less lonely in this in this world with the MAGA cult. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad that we can be there. Thank you so much. Seriously, W's for Jared in the comment section right now. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Jared. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for everything you do. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Billy Jane, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $15. Always good to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nina, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $2. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I just appreciate you very much being on the stream. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we've been able to inspire you. Thank you so much. Angel, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Yeah, I figured that one out. Anna as well. Thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section. I have some people to thank over on YouTube as well. And then we can go on to the conversation. Just give us a quick second. I'm done with this part of the conversation. Like I don't want to talk anymore about what percentage of the population supports trans people playing in sports. Like it's the most annoying thing ever. I'm not having the.
It's a serious.
No, it's not. It's really not. It's really not. And if you think it's a serious issue, go make your own live about it. Okay. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna thank some more people. Everyone, just give me a quick second. Amel, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dark City, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. Go to W's for them in the comment section as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jacob, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Mr. Flinch, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now as well. Mel, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That was for like the 2 guests ago or something. Thank you very much. Aspire, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? I get you there, but it just depends on the person, of course. But Become Legend as well. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I actually think I've already seen that one. Kendrick, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Maybe I do every once in a while, but not every single day do I have time to be able to do that as well. Shush, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I would hope that they would. It just takes a lot of votes. Beauty Beatdown, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I know it really makes no sense. Noel, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. YouTube, I definitely prefer that. But yeah, either way works. I'm fine with you watching either way. It's up to you. But YouTube is just definitely preferable because I don't have to restart all the time. Beauty Beatdown again, thank you for the $5. Jacob, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I actually think I've already responded to that. Thank you very much. It is totally false outrage. Mr. Flinch, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Yasmin, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Papa Wheelie, thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Papa Wheelie in the comment section right now. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for Papa Wheelie in the comment section right now. Thank you for the $50. Yasmin, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. That is very true as well. Thank you so much. Behol, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. Me Talk, thank you for the $5. Corey, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Fit Dad, thank you so much. That's actually a really funny one, Corey. Fit Dad, thank you so much for the $50 as well. Thank you so much for the Trust Me Bro Academy is in session. Exactly, actually. It's in session right now. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Fit Dad. Commit some W's for them in the comment section. Me Talk, thank you so much for the $5. Jackal, thank you for the $5. CL, thank you so much for the £5. Thank you very much. And Megan, thank you for the $10. And then KB, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I have no clue. And also, they don't care about, they care more about literally that than literally the president like trying to undermine our democracy or things like that. Tracy, thank you for the $25. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Tracy. Thank you very much. And then Bobby, thank you for the $25 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Bobby. Thank you very much. And then Satan, I'm assuming that you have people to thank as well.
Yeah, just a couple of quick one. In
Damn, y'all running like that?
thank you so much for the 5. You're right, and like they spent so much money on misinformation, disinformation. Anthony, thank you so much for the 560. I will be getting
This is
some ice cream.
hilarious.
Thank you so much. Billy, thank you so much for the $15 donation. You never have to thank us for defending anyone. Like that's what we're supposed to do is use our voice to protect those people that are a part of the marginalized groups. Thank you, Jay, for the $1 donation. Jay said, all of us trans people. Hey, can you please stop? No one's even talking to you at the moment. Thank you. Jay, thank you so much for the dollar. Said all us trans people want to do is survive. Does he want trans men and women in bathrooms? I have a whole beard. How does that affect my life? How does that affect him anyway? It doesn't. It's just a talking point. But thank you so much for the 1. And huge fucking W's for Jenna. Jenna, thank you so much for the $50 donation. Said watching you jump in on Parker and Dean's debate is like watching a pissed off alligator snapping turtle get thrown into a crowd. Nobody sees it coming, and they're always they're never remotely equipped to handle it. That's funny. Thank you all. I really appreciate it.
Is this you guys conceding? Are you guys conceding?
No, I needed this, honestly. Justina, thank you so much for the $40. Thank you so much on PayPal. I really appreciate it. For wish this guy wasn't mashing his keyboard in response to each question. I'm tired. How you doing? I'm definitely very tired and annoyed. I think, honestly, thanking people actually made me feel better. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie.
It brings you down
did.
to take that moment to breathe and like see the positivity that comes through in the message. Like it always brings you back down and gives you an opportunity to keep it going.
Yeah, dude, this guy, man. Andrew as well. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's so absurd that you can make this argument.
Listen, it's not a bad argument, but like I was saying before, I love everybody. I have no hate towards anyone.
You do.
Right? I think trans people should exist. They should have rights like they do. But you guys really seriously have to get this issue and be able to answer these questions simply. And when you guys say fake outrage, fake outrage, this is what pisses people off. Right? You can't tell someone they have fake outrage when real people have daughters and sons.
Real people have daughters. Wow.
I'm just saying. It's a small amount of angry people that love
the president of the United States of America went up to a 10-year-old girl, said he'd be dating her in 10 years. The president of the United States of America bragged about walking in the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where 2 18-year-olds came out, so there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms. The president of the United States was credibly accused by a minor in the Epstein files, and he tried to prevent the release of the Epstein files, calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor for wanting to release the Epstein files. Right? The president of the United States was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. Right? Unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people for forcibly penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. The president of the United States was accused by over 27 women of sexual misconduct. Okay? If you care about the effect on women and people's daughters in this country, how the hell could you look past that? This is why we say this is fake outrage, and this is why we say that you don't actually give a shit about women or girls in this country, because you're actively willing to promote a person who's a predator to get into the position of the presidency, to protect predators from the position of the presidency, and then you're going to sit there and like you act like you care about women and girls just to be able to literally create fear-mongering against trans people. Yeah, give me a fucking break, dude. Now, yeah, I'll let you respond. I'm not going to say a single thing. I'm going to mute myself, actually.
And also, just one quick question for you: who's in your profile picture?
Why? Why do you care?
Is that you?
Why do you care about my profile picture?
Just genuine question: is that you?
No.
Interesting. Anyway, you can go ahead.
What, you think I'm handsome?
No, you can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Parker just rambled off a bunch of just random stuff. But we're in.
Can you repeat back anything I just said?
Yeah. We're in 2026. Okay.
No, repeat back anything I just said.
What we're dealing with in today's world is what matters.
Repeat back anything I just said. Can you repeat back anything?
No one is thinking about shit from.
I'm just gonna mute you. Can you repeat back anything that I just said? Because I want to make sure that you were listening.
Dude, you said a million things that you say every
just
single
name one thing.
live.
Name one thing.
Live, you say the same thing. Marjorie Taylor Greene. What about
her?
She doesn't support Trump anymore.
Wow, that's not even what I said. I said that Donald Trump called her a traitor when she wanted just to release the Epstein files.
That's
Okay,
not
so
true.
he
There's
tried to
probably more
prevent the release.
details. There's probably
Yeah,
more
it is
details
true.
to it.
There isn't.
You're just making a blanket
I'm not
statement.
make.
Like,
I'm not. That's
first of all,
literally what happened.
there's 3 million files that have been released. So you're just making a blanket
But there's
statement.
3 million that haven't been
She
released.
Trump called her a traitor because he didn't want to release the Epstein files. Like, that's so dumb.
Wait,
That's
I'm
so
sorry. That's
dumb.
literally what happened.
They probably have in-house other issues that they deal with. Okay, it's
No,
not just about the Epstein
no.
files.
I promise you,
You
that's
just
literally
like
what
to.
happened. You can see what Marjorie Taylor Greene says about it. That's literally what
Well,
happened.
first, 3 million files have been released. So, like,
3 million
what?
haven't.
Like, yeah, 3 million more, but 3 million have, and no one
Wait,
else
but
released them before
they're
the Trump
legally obligated
administration.
to. They're literally legally obligated to release all of them. So why are you saying
Well,
let's
guess
give them a
what?
pat on the back for doing half of what they're legally obligated to do? What?
Yeah, it's only been 1 year. Maybe they could release the next 3 million
What?
in the next year. Like, why? What do you mean? They already released three
Hey,
million. Other
government, give me
administrations
a
didn't
pat on the
release
back. I
anything.
did really good. I paid half my taxes.
No one else released anything before Trump administration, so I don't even understand what.
There
Like,
was no legal
you
obligation
guys
to
are
release them
lucky.
before.
You guys are lucky to even get the files put out because of the Trump administration.
There
If
was no
Democrats were in,
law to release them under prior administrations.
if Democrats were in office right now, they probably wouldn't release them because they know most of
Yes,
them
they
are
would, because
incriminated in
there's
there.
literally a legal obligation to release it.
It's
They would
mostly
follow the law.
Democrats in there anyway, so why would you want them all to be released? It's
Okay,
mostly Democrats in there.
really? So what Democrats?
Probably most of them. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was a Democrat.
Okay, so you're saying Jeffrey Epstein, right? The notorious Democrat that is literally involved in politics. That's running for Congress? No. So I'm confused. What is the relevance?
Epstein was a part of the Democratic Party. Most of his friends were Democrats, buddy. He
Okay.
hated Trump.
And
He
is
hated
that supposed to
Trump.
mean anything? He wasn't like a politician. He wasn't in a political office. We're talking about the president, not some random fucking Republican.
Yeah, but what are the Epstein? What I mean, you're just saying Epstein files, like, because you guys think Trump is a pedo.
I have a
That's the
question.
only reason
You
you
want to
guys
talk
want
about
them all released.
affiliations, then making that condemnable. You say Democrats association with Epstein. Who was friends with Epstein for over a decade? Best friends, might I add.
Say that again.
Who was best friends with Epstein for over a decade while he was doing this shit?
What's that? What's that black lawyer's name, or the woman in that was
The answer's
Epstein's lawyer?
Donald Trump, dude. The
What was
answer's
Epstein's
Donald
lawyer?
Trump. It's
The
Donald
Democratic
Trump. That's
lawyer that
literally Donald Trump. I
the
don't know why you didn't
Democratic
realize
lawyer
that.
that
You
was
see
that
how
was
he
covering up for
purposefully
Jeffrey
tries not
Epstein.
to engage with the points that I make?
Wait, let me look her up. What's her name?
You know what's super
The
interesting to
Democratic
me?
lawyer that Jasmine Crockett and all you guys were defending for helping out Jeffrey Epstein.
You know what's super interesting to me, Parker? I would think that someone who is, a washed up college athlete, someone who actually at least got a summer league invite to the NBA for the Warriors, someone who has access to a lot of people and should have more reach, would actually spend more time doing something better for people and worried about more issues than transgender people. Instead of making this his entire personality, instead of actually taking what I guess stage that he might have had when he played for San Diego State, and like I would think a former athlete would worry about things that are more important versus actually just, sitting on his TikTok live advocating against less than 1% of the population, or the US population, especially where you could have reach, right? I mean, like
Do
I
you know
understand
what I
that you
do
didn't
on a
actually
day-to-day
make it
basis,
into the
Santana?
league. I know you
Do
didn't
you know what
actually
I
make it into the
do you
league,
know what
but
I
you do
do? Do
have
you know what I
enough
do on a
reach.
day-to-day
So
basis? Santana,
what
do
do
you
you
know what
do
I
on
do
a
on a day-to-day
day-to-day basis,
basis?
Adam?
Yeah, so what are you talking about? What are you
Yeah,
saying? I
what do you
spent all
do
my
on a
time. Do
day-to-day
you even know
basis
what I
except
do? Do you know how
advocate against
successful
less
I
than
am?
1% of the population? Yeah, I'm
Do you
looking
know
at
how
you.
Do you know how successful I am?
I do.
you're
I
you're
do.
a washed
Actually,
up
Adam,
washed
tell
up
us,
washed
tell
up
us how
I know
successful
how
you are,
hold
Adam.
on.
Adam,
Parker, I
tell
know
us.
how successful he is.
Washed
He
up
the
player. You know I played in the
he's
Final Four national
he's so
championship, buddy. Do you
successful
know
that
I
he
played? Do
averaged
you know I played in
5.8
the
points in his final season. 5.8
Yeah.
points, which
Yeah,
was
and
a
I was
career
and I
high
and guess
because
what? Guess
like
what?
and
Guess
playing
what?
37 games. Yeah, 5.8 points for an entire season. That's pretty successful.
That's
Anyway,
fine.
why are
I
you
still
spending
fulfill
all of
my
your
dreams.
time
Hey, guess what?
advocating
Guess what,
against less
Santana?
than 1% of the
Hey, guess what,
population?
Santana? Guess what? I still fulfill my dreams, and I played overseas,
Sure.
and I played professional basketball. So,
Sure.
like, The whole
And the point
5 point
that I
shit. Like
have
no
is
one
that you
cares about the
have
5 point
you
stuff.
have
I know a bunch of
you
players
have
who
the
average three
opportunity to
points.
actually
I
use
know a
the
bunch of players
platform
who
that you
average three
could
points.
cultivate to actually help people, but you want to spend more time worrying about less than 1% of the population instead of doing something beneficial for people. Like, it's weird that that's what you chose to do.
First of all, I probably help more people than you on a
Sure.
day-to-day basis. Okay.
Sure.
Secondly, playing the Final Four, playing the national championship.
Hmm.
Okay. You're just like making like random ad hominems. You don't even know who I
No,
am.
I stated
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? So like
What random ad
I'm the
hominem
most
did
I'm the
I
most I'm
make?
the most winningest player
You know what's crazy,
and
Santana?
listen,
It's
Parker,
crazy. It's crazy
I'm the
that
most
like he
winningest
wasn't
player. I'm the
able.
most winningest player in Mountain West.
It's crazy that you weren't able to define a chair after you spent so much time on the bench.
He scores. Parker with the Steph Curry 3 from deep. Parker hit that from half court. What the fuck? Hey, Adam, you got to guard him from that distance. You can't leave him that open. You cannot leave him that open. Holy shit.
I saw it and I had to shoot.
Hey, I'm so happy and blessed with my career and my life.
No,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
So
By the way,
I've
like
done I've done
I
so
don't
many
want to
I've
take
done
away
so
from
many
that. Like
amazing
playing
things.
professional is really good. I just wanted to make that
Yeah,
joke because I saw it.
listen, I could take, I don't care. Like at the end of the day, if y'all want to judge my career, you don't even know who I am. You know, I'm talking about an issue that
Dude, if you
matters.
played professional overseas, I bet you're a very great basketball player. I saw the joke and I had to make it.
The point that I was trying to drill home with this, Adam, is not that like you're like some type of crumb bum. I'm not saying that, because you're absolutely right. Like playing college sports is massive. Making it to the Final Four is huge.
Yeah,
Playing
it is.
overseas is a big deal. But the point that I'm making is that you have an actual baked in fan base, a baked in audience, and you could actually be advocating doing something like, even if you wanted to reshape the way that our country does things, and you wanted to like run on like quote unquote Republican values and things like that, you could actually be addressing things that hurt and harm everyday Americans instead of focusing on something that affects less than 1% of the population. Like you could actually run on those quote unquote Republican values and want to like shrink the debt. Like our debt has continued to grow under Donald Trump to record numbers. Like you could actually advocate for that with the platform that you could have. That's the point that I'm making. I'm not saying that like you're not you shouldn't be proud of what you did, because you should. Like what you did was an accomplishment. The point that I'm making is that you could take what you've already done and parlay that into something that'll help everyone, even if it's not on the left side. It could be on the right side and still be something that's beneficial instead of worrying about less than 1% of the US population. That's the whole thing.
Okay. I mean, I hear what you're saying on a few of those things, but I do, at the end of the day, like back in 2021, right, 5 years ago, or like I would say around 2020 is when I made that switch over because of my values. First of all, like this, like I said, we can make things work for trans people. Why don't we make a different section of sports? Why don't we make a category for trans people? Would that be better instead of like arguing for them to
No, I just
compete? And
don't think that makes any
instead
sense.
of arguing for men to compete
No.
with women, like
Wait,
why don't we
wait.
just
Okay,
make their own category?
Can you name 3 trans people that are dominating women's sports right now?
They don't have to dominate. It's the
Yes,
policies.
they do.
That
They
you
literally do.
that
They
you
would have to
allow. No,
dominate
it's
for
the
you to even care.
policies.
They would have
It's
to
the
dominate. They would
policies.
literally have to be dominating and have to make it so unfair for you to care. If
It's
they're not
not
making it
about
unfair,
playing.
if they're not dominating, then what's the point of caring?
It's not about playing. It's like about the
It
policies.
literally
Like,
is
okay,
about fairness.
Are we gonna
Well,
allow trans women to
wait,
go into
I'll
locker rooms with women
I'll
in
give
a
you
24-hour fitness? You know what I'm saying? Like these are
I'll give
serious policies
Adam,
that
I'll
women
grant you what
could
you're
be
saying as
scared
far
of.
as it's not about them dominating. Okay. Yeah, like without naming the people, that's fine. Can you name any policy that actually allows or demands that transgender people compete in those sports? Can you just name one policy
Name a policy that what?
that actually demands or mandates transgender people to be able to play in sports?
Okay, give me a second.
Okay, so you're gonna look it up. The point that I'm trying to get across is like, if this is actually something that you care about, like one, you should know these
Listen, it's
details.
not the biggest problem in the world, but it is a big problem with certain policies
But
that you may allow. Like in California, there was a huge situation. I'm sure you guys saw it, where that black woman went viral, where there was a man, looked like a man, right? He claimed that he was a trans woman, okay? And he was going, I think it was at a Planet Fitness. And he went to the Planet Fitness woman's locker room, and the women were pissed. And this black woman,
Adam,
she's a lesbian. She's a liberal.
Adam,
She's a
I'm not
liberal
saying that
black
this isn't
lesbian,
something
and
that
she was
people aren't
absolutely
divided on.
raging. These
Like, I'm not
policies are
saying
allowed.
people,
They
Adam,
kicked
I'm
her
not
out the
saying that
gym. They didn't
people,
kick him out the gym.
yeah, but that's a private business. That has nothing to do with legislation. Adam, I'm not saying that this isn't something that people aren't talking about, because it is, obviously. But you're sitting on a live in front of 5,000. Think about this, Adam. How often, how hard is it to actually get in front of a room of like 100 people to speak, right? But you're sitting currently in front of 5,000 plus people listening to your words. And the best thing that you could actually find to advocate for is transgender people, right? You're advocating against transgender people. How often do you get this amount of reach at one time where you could get a message across? And if there's something that you said this is the most important thing in the world, like this is your opportunity to talk about like the most important thing in the world to you. Like, that's why we've been talking about this for like 30, 40 minutes. And if this isn't the most important thing, like if I got this opportunity, I would be sitting here advocating for the things that I really care about, that I think are the most important things in the world, not something that I think is like, oh, this is just an issue. Like you're wasting an opportunity.
Okay.
Also, like,
I don't
just
think
like
I'm, I
there
don't think I'm
isn't.
wasting. Okay, we can switch topics. What about what do you guys think about Iran then?
Yeah, so obviously, I appreciate that, Mustache. Obviously, I think that the war with Iran is not justified to engage in because it's literally destabilized the Middle East, historically speaking, our involvement, military intervention. It's led to worse conditions. So I don't think that military intervention in the Middle East is beneficial, right? Specifically with the context of Iran. There was no imminent threat of them attacking the United States of America. So this wasn't defensive. It was a war of aggression after Trump claimed no new wars.
Okay, so what about the terror that they've been raining on our allies and people around the Middle East for decades? Like what about they're literally a terrorist regime. Why would we allow them to stay in power over there? I don't
I could say
understand.
the same thing for the state of Israel. But also, like, in terms of this respect, like, unless they're under imminent threat of attacking us, I see no good reason to go to war with them. There's really no argument at all. Because what you're saying in that circumstance is, oh, because they have done things that you disagree with. Well, you could say the same thing about Russia. You could say the same thing about a bunch of different countries, right? So I just don't understand the point. Do you want to go to direct war with Russia?
No, Russia's not. Listen, a terrorist regime. You have to understand these guys are blowing up bases. They're blowing up people overseas in the
They're
Middle East.
attacking our allies now because we attacked them.
It doesn't have to be imminent there on the U.S. This is for world peace.
Okay, what ally
And
were they going to attack?
when you guys are just consistently against everything, you don't even say like, okay, yeah, this might be good. This might be good.
No, wait, there's no evidence of world peace because of this.
Delusional. That's when you
I
sound.
don't know what
You
you're
guys
saying.
don't like. You don't look forward. You don't support the process. You know, you just want to shit on the process.
Dude, what
Like,
evidence
why
do you
don't
have
you
that it's going to
guys?
lead to more peace? I've already addressed this
What do
point.
you
That
mean?
we've actually historically, through
We took out a
military
whole
intervention,
terrorist
not
regime.
created more peace.
We just took out a whole terrorist regime. Over 40 people.
Wait, I have a
Over
question.
40 of their terrorists.
I have a question. Do you agree with Trump's pullout of Afghanistan? He set up the agreement with the Taliban to leave.
No, I'm talking about Iran.
No, but I'm asking, do you agree with his
We're in
pullout?
2026. I'm talking about today. What's happening in the world today. I'm
I
not talking about
understand,
what happened
but
in
I'm
Israel.
asking you a direct question. Do you think that Donald Trump pulling out of Afghanistan was good?
I don't even know the details on that.
Okay, well, the Taliban ended up taking over. So
Okay,
you have to
well,
you have to
look, we're
either
here
criticize
today.
his position there, right,
No, I
or you have to
don't.
say that you disagree with regime change wars
No, I
forever.
don't. No, I don't. I could actually just look at what's happening in the world today and judge it off that. I don't have to judge off past experiences and pulling out of other wars and stuff. What I'm talking about today is that our technology is way better. Okay, we had to take out a terrorist regime and save the Iranian people, and 90% of Iranians agree with this. 90% of Iranians agree with what's going on, but you guys are just you guys just completely don't. Like, I don't understand. Like, what about the Iranian people? If they agree with it, why don't you guys?
I don't think that we're going to change regime and get a different regime in place to be able to change these
No, but
conditions for
90% of
people.
them
So
agree. Why don't liberals agree with Iranians?
I
If
don't
you
know where
guys
you're
support
getting.
them so
I
much?
don't know where you're getting the number from. But like even so, that's not the way that I justify whether or not we are going to engage, because I have to acknowledge whether or not it will even be meaningful or within our interest to be able to do so in the first place. Right? Because you understand that it has not led to conditions that are better off in the long run. Right? It has been incredibly costly for us. Right? It leads to U.S. service members dying. It leads to us murdering innocent civilians. Right? I don't see any good reason that this is going to lead to better conditions. Now, if your whole argument is that you think regime change does lead to better conditions, what good evidence do you have that, historically speaking, that's been the case in the Middle East? Because I think all the evidence shows that it's not been effective, that we've wasted decades of time, we've destabilized the region, and we've not created more peace by doing this. This is the constant argument used to justify war in the context of the Middle East. It has never led to better conditions here.
Well, we're in a different time today, and the world is scared of Trump. As much as you like to say, no, they're not scared of Trump. Yes, people are scared of Trump. We just killed a whole fucking terrorist regime. Okay, whoever's next up in line, they better get their shit together.
They're
or
still
they
in
will
the
be
regime.
taken
Wait,
out too.
the same
Now,
regime's in office.
no,
They are.
well but they're not. But as long
No,
as
you
they're
think the
not,
IRGC's gone?
no, listen, as long as they're not as radical as they are,
They
then we
were.
can
They
make
are.
things
They're
work.
more
Then
radical
the world will
now.
be better. No, listen,
That's
if
literally just
no,
virtue
because
signaling from Trump to
they
make it
know
seem like
that
he
our
did something.
administration, no, they know our military will take them out. That's the thing. We're not playing around. We're not
What
America. We're not
did they
playing
not
around
have an
anymore. We're not
idea that the
playing.
military could do
Listen,
that before?
we're not playing this soft liberal shit. We're not fucking waiting till people hit us and like say, oh, there's no imminent
Yeah,
threat.
yeah, yeah. What do you
There's
mean
no threat.
soft
Okay,
liberal shit? That's called a
we're
war
not being
crime.
soft. We're
What do you
taking
What
charge.
do
We're
you mean? That's
taking
called a
care
war
of the
crime.
world.
Wars of aggression
We
are war crimes. Okay, you know that, right?
we control world peace.
Hey,
America
dude,
does.
wars of aggression, are they war crimes?
Wars of aggression. It's been a conflict for
Do you
47
think a
years.
war of aggression is a war crime?
There's been a conflict for
Do you,
47 years. They've
so
been
by the way,
killing them.
he's calling us
They've killed
soft because
more.
we're against
They've
war
killed more.
crimes, by the way.
Do you know that Iranians have killed more Americans than what you say? A few, service members died. Iranians have killed like
Hey, dude.
quadruple thousand times more of our own people.
Okay, I'm just gonna
So
mute
why
you.
wouldn't
You said that we're soft because we disagree with war crimes. Literally, you just said we're soft because we don't want to start wars of aggression.
What is a war of aggression? This is a terrorist regime that we're taking out.
Oh
This
my
is what I
god.
say
Oh,
when do you guys
can I
support these
explain?
people? Like why do you defend? Why do you like should we not have taken them out? I'm so confused. They've been
We should
slaughtering
not
their
have gone to
own
war with Iran.
they've
I
been
don't see any
slaughtering
benefit.
No.
What
they've
objective
been
have we met?
slaughtering their own people. They've been slaughtering their own people. Why
And
shouldn't we
how are
take
we
them out? I don't
preventing that?
understand. By killing their terrorist leaders. That's what we did.
Okay,
And
but
now
that didn't actually. Does
we
that
got
actually
back
prevent that
control
from
of the
happening? Because
strait.
it's the same regime in office.
We got control of the strait.
We
And now
don't.
we're moving
We
in
don't.
a
That's
new
not true.
direction.
That's not true at all. We don't. Iran has complete control of the strait now.
No, they
Like,
don't.
yeah,
No, they
okay.
don't.
uh,
You
Like
guys
this
just
literally
say
just.
this.
Why was
Who do you
Donald
believe?
Trump?
You believe
Wait,
what?
why was Donald Trump? Why was Donald Trump actually saying, "Open the damn strait, you crazy bastards"?
Yeah,
Yeah,
why
and
was
then
he saying
after
that?
that, the next day or two, we have control of the strait.
No,
And
we don't.
why is he claiming that Iran has opened it now? Now let me just clarify. Like the point that I would want to make here is that they don't even necessarily need control over it. All they need is the ability to make it literally so dangerous to go through that no one will decide to go through it. That's it. That's all they have to do. They don't have to have full control over it. All they have to do is make it dangerous. That's it.
And guess what?
And
That's not going to happen under our
wait, but
watch. That's
Adam,
not going to happen under
to be clear,
American
have you
military
looked at the
watch.
have you
It's
looked
not
at
going
the
to happen.
ceasefire agreement that the United States signed with Iran?
Yeah, didn't Trump also say
Say that again.
Did you look at the 10-point peace agreement that the United States signed with Iran?
No, I haven't seen all of it.
I mean, not the peace agreements, but ceasefire. One of the two parts of the ceasefire is number one, Iran has complete control over the Strait of Hormuz. Number two, the United States has to pay $2 million per ship, per United States ship that moves through the strait. And
Watch
what
this.
happened is they shut it back down after the conflict between Israel and Lebanon. But as of today, since the Israel and Lebanon peace agreement is put in place, they have completely reopened the strait. But the United States is still getting taxed, and Iran is still in control of it. Sorry, go ahead, Parker.
Watch this, watch this. President Donald J. Trump, Truth Social, 3 hours ago. Iran has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world. President Donald J. Trump.
He said what? He said it will not. What? Say the last part.
Yeah. Iran has never agreed or has agreed to never close the Strait of Hormuz again. It will no longer be used as a weapon against the world. President Donald J. Trump.
Okay, so is that a good thing?
The point that we're making is that you're wrong, and even Trump is admitting
that means Iran has
has control. Yep.
Does that like I'm confused why I even had to explain to you that that's what it meant. Like I'm actually really confused.
I was doing something. They could have control as long as they're listening to us.
But they're not. But like
no, they're guys. You have to understand.
Adam,
here's the thing.
Wait,
we are not
Adam,
letting. We are not letting
before this
Iran.
conflict.
We are not letting Iran have power over shit anymore.
Hey,
we
Adam,
are taking our oil. Okay, they can control it, but we run the show. America runs the show.
Adam,
you guys are just fully against everything that we do.
Adam,
it's kind of insane.
Question. Prior to the attacks on Iran by the U.S. and Israel, did Iran have complete control of the Strait of Hormuz?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Prior to the United States and Israel striking Iran, were we paying $2 million per ship to go through the Strait of Hormuz?
Repeat that.
Prior to the strikes on Iran by the U.S. and Israel, were we paying $2 million per ship to go through the Strait of Hormuz?
Okay, sure.
No, we weren't. And since those things, now Iran has complete control of the strait, and we're paying $2 million per ship. Does that sound like a good thing to you?
I do believe that there's probably a bigger reason behind it as to why we might be doing that.
But the point,
you guys, you're making blanket. You know, like, does it sound good to you? Like this amount of Iran does not have that much power they did.
They have complete control. They have complete control, and they're getting paid. Like Donald Trump just agreed to this. This was a part of the ceasefire.
Okay,
the U.S. said yes. The U.S. said yes. You can have complete control, and we will pay you $2 million per ship.
Okay, well, I assume that we got them in line now. We got them in line. Okay, they're gonna fucking listen to what we say. We're gonna kill their terrorist regime. So my belief is that we're taking shit over there. We're the ones in charge.
Okay, so if you're in charge,
Iran
why is the
Iran could be in charge?
I have a question.
But
If
you
are in charge,
they listen to us.
If you are in charge, why is the IRGC still in control?
They're not. Are they still slaughtering their own people like they were before we attacked them?
Well, you could claim that they're not right now, but
I guarantee
you
they're not. I guarantee you they're not.
Okay, so
I guarantee you Iran is more safe now that after February 28th.
Okay, so I have a question. Do you think that would resume as soon as the U.S. is done?
What?
Like, if you can't prevent the regime from being in office, the U.S. leaves, how are you going to prevent them from doing this? Either you're claiming the U.S. will be there... Be quiet. Either you're claiming the U.S. will be there permanently, or you're claiming that this will just go back to the way it was.
It will never go back to the way it was.
Yeah, it likely will, given the fact that you literally have the same regime in office that's going to conduct the exact same counter-protesting measures.
No, they know who they're dealing with now. They know the administration. It's not the Biden administration, okay? Where you can just do whatever the fuck you want and you can feel powerful, right? This is a different administration, Parker.
Obama got the JCPOA done.
We control the Middle East now. We control.
No, we don't.
We don't control. We're the protectors of the world. We create.
That is
world
so
peace.
cringe.
So it is our job.
This is so corny.
It is our job. It is our job to take them out, and we did.
I have a question. Did you support defending Ukraine?
Same.
Do you support defending Ukraine?
I don't like how much money Biden sent to them.
We're the world police, but then as soon as I bring up Ukraine, which we had an agreement with to defend, by the way, he's like, I didn't like how much money we sent there. We're spending more money on this war with Iran. You're so
Yeah, but
corny, dude. You don't even
it's for
realize
other
what you're
reasons.
arguing. Are you serious? What do you mean we're
It's
the
it's
world
for better
police? And then whenever
reasons.
we bring up Ukraine, you're like, you know what? I don't know if we spent. I think we should have spent so much money under Biden. Actually, it was
Yeah,
ridiculous
but
that we spent that much.
this
Even
is
though
for
Trump said that he was wrong on that issue and literally said that we should start funding them again, dude.
okay. That's fine. All I'm saying is that
We're the world police, everybody.
I think that Iran conflict at the end of the day, it's going to be good for not just America but the world. So
Hey,
that's just how I see it.
I have just a quick question, just to make sure that like I'm on the same page as you, because your entire point is that what we've done has put us in a position of power, and like we're the ones that are dictating and all this other stuff. Tell me tell me one of these things that you think is the United States in the actual position of power. Number one, organized passage through the Strait of Hormuz in coordination with the Iranian armed forces, granted Iran a distinctive economic and geopolitical position. Number two, ending the war against all components of the axis of resistance, meaning the historic defeat for Israeli aggression. Number three, withdrawal of U.S. combat forces from all of their bases and deployment sites in the region. Number four, establishment of a protocol for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz that ensures Iranian control and coordinates with the agreement. Number five, full payment of compensation to Iran based off of the specific estimates. Number six, lifted all primary and secondary sanctions, as well as decisions by the IAEA Board of Governance and the UN Security Council. Number seven, release of all frozen Iranian funds and assets abroad. Number eight, enrichment. Hold on a second. Enrichment of all these provisions in a binding UN Security Council resolution, making this binding international law. Number nine, commit to the principles of finalizing details in the concluding negotiations without ending the war before securing rights. And number 10, maintaining national unity and continue victory celebration during the negotiation period to ensure public and elite support of this national process. Which one of those 10 points do you think is the United States in a position of power?
The question is what?
Which one of those 10 points that I just read off puts the United States in a position of power, puts them in control? Which one of those 10? Because these are the 10 points that the United States agreed to with the ceasefire, and every single one of those points are beneficial to Iran.
No, I doubt that's true. I just think that
It's literally the
we're in
agreement that was
control.
signed by the Trump
Yeah, but
administration for a
we are in
ceasefire.
control, bro. Do you not think
Hey, Adam, wait.
you think we're not running
Before
the
you start to
show,
actually spin
Santana?
off, Adam, before you start to spin off, can you just tell me, because I'm reading,
I
this
don't
is
know.
the
You read like a whole book.
yeah, these are the 10 points that the United States agreed on. Did you hear anything that I read that said, yep, the United States is in a position of power? Because Donald Trump, his administration, agreed to all 10 of these things in order to get the ceasefire. Caroline Leavitt actually confirmed it. Donald Trump confirmed it as well. These are the 10 points. Can you tell me any one of those 10 that says the United States is in a position of power?
We are in power, bro. We are.
Okay, then which one of the 10 says that
Yeah.
we're in power?
Do you want him to repeat them?
No, I don't. I don't care about those points, honestly.
What? Those are the literal fucking points of negotiation. And for the plan for a cease, you don't care about the fact that there's a ceasefire in place, or whether or not they're going to be able to.
Those aren't all going to hold the line. You know.
So wait, do you think that they're actually trying to establish a ceasefire with Iran right now?
And just to clarify,
they
like
are?
those. For you to say that they're not going to hold the line, those 10 were agreed on in order to continue the talk for a final peace agreement. So these things, these are the things that they accepted in order to try to work on a full peace agreement. So you're saying they're not going to hold it? Like literally, this is the only reason that they're not fighting right now.
No, yeah, we had to butter them up a little bit, make them feel good, right? Make them feel good, but we're still in control. And I'm sure you know that. Like, who doesn't think America's in control? Who thinks Iran is over
I have a
control of
question.
America?
Why did we go from unconditional surrender to these are the conditions?
Because you got to negotiate. Like, you got to negotiate.
So
There has to be
unconditional
negotiations.
surrender was a lie?
Who's unconditionally surrendering?
That's what Trump said, that they're going to get unconditional surrender. He posted that on his Truth Social.
Like, we're going to unconditionally surrender?
No, that he's going to cause them to unconditionally surrender, dude.
Oh, yeah. They are.
They are not unconditionally surrendering. We literally just talked about the conditions in place, my guy.
It's literally already conditions.
All right. Well, at the end of the day, things will get better. I see the comments. People are talking about gas prices. Like, let's not even talk how bad it was during Biden administration.
Can we talk about gas prices?
Let's not even go back.
Can we talk about prices? Is that okay? Can we talk about Adam, can we talk about prices?
I was buying. I think Parker.
Wait, hold on. I'm just saying. Can we move to that point, Parker? Is it okay if we hit a couple of thank yous and then move to prices? Because I would really love to get his opinion.
I think gas was $8 when I was in LA a few years ago.
Good idea. Let's do that. Let's do that real quick. Alrighty, Tyler, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. You did call it the Strait of Iran earlier. That was really interesting. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Pauline, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for Pauline in the comment section right now. Kathy, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Of course, thank you so much. I'm glad that we can be there for you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Peter, thank you for the $40. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much I'd love to know what the MAGA thinks about the letter Trump wrote to Epstein.
What happened?
What do you think about the letter that Trump wrote to Epstein?
I don't know if that's real or not.
Fake news. That's what he thinks. Stefan, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $100. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Stefan in the comment section right now for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Watch your streams consistently for a few weeks now, and you're basically my coworker that's based. Thanks for all that you do and advocating for the rights of everybody and to inspire future voters to make the right decision for our country. Well, thank you so much, Stefan. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. That is so kind of you. Christina, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? It totally always is. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's very true, Christina, as well. Tyler, thank you for the $5 again. David, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. NA, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as Ian, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it on PayPal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Sending some love and support to my wife. Absolutely. Oh, happy birthday to your wife. Absolutely. That's amazing that she's been watching for so long. Happy birthday to your wife. Absolutely. Yeah. Moon Lockets. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope you've had a fantastic day so far. Alrighty. As well as Off My Glass, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's what's going on today. Already Santana, absolutely catch up. Supernova, thank you, Galaxy.
Yeah, Ian, thank you so much for the $20. And yeah, Moon Locket, happy birthday. I hope you have an amazing day. Hopefully you enjoy your day. It is your special day. So happy birthday to you. And Ian, thank you for the 20. Jared, thank you so much for the one. Yeah, like the actual focus on it is insane. AJ, thank you so much for the one. Adam, this is not me. I'm just reading off the donation, just FYI. AJ, thank you for the one said this guest couldn't make it in the NBA. It's him. Wait, this guest couldn't make it in the NBA. It's him saying, I'm not going to say that last part, AJ. Sorry. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Yeah, I did hear about that website. That's fucking gross. Krista, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Yeah, like 42 million. You know what? Fine, I'll talk about it.
It was 62 million in 1 month.
Yeah, 62 million. There's a website where they're specifically like focusing on how to actually sexually assault women, and this is what we're talking about. It's fucking crazy. Kimberly, thank you so much for the 5. Yeah, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the fact that you love the talent. Dubs in chat for Darlene. Thank you so much for the $2. Yeah, that's actually how I found it. Darlene, thank you for both of the $2 donations. Joseph, thank you so much for the 10. Again, this is just me reading this off, Adam. Don't take it personal. Said my dad is an SDSU alum, and I went to the Army and Navy Academy High School in Carlsbad. South Dakota in my second home. I rooted so hard for him when he was on, and now it feels like, oh, he's saying now it feels tarnished. I wish I would have never heard him speak today. Yeah, I'm sorry. Never meet your heroes. Linda, thank you so much for the 5.
It's okay. Everyone has their own opinions.
It's obviously that it's over. And last but not least, again, not my words, just reading off the donation. Haley, thank you so much for the 5. Remind him that SDSU got crushed in the Final Four. As a SDSU alum, I don't claim him. Thank you all for the donations and the love and the support.
I actually got to catch up on YouTube Super Chat. I can go on with the conversation. We talk. Thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much, Jackal. Thank you for the $5. Thank you. They said Kansas revoked 1,700 transgender driver's licenses. Some are leaving the state. NBC News. That's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. That's also another example of what they asked for earlier. User, thank you for the £5. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Megan, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's actually a really good argument. That's a really good argument, actually. Noel, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I think I actually saw that earlier. Billy, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Brand, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Decito, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Almost. Beauty Be Down, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Brand as well, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? It's actually crazy. Trey, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Hook, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Serotonin, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? It's absolutely insane. They should go to the front lines. Absolutely. Chip, thank you for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. Ali, thank you so much. Really appreciate the £2. Jamaica, thank you for the $8. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. And thank you for the happy belated birthday. Trey, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Exactly. That's exactly why I said the intervention's been bad. Gazmonti, thank you for the £5. Thank you very much. Off my glass, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much, Trey. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Thank you very much. And then I have a question, actually. Adam, would you enlist?
Sure.
You would? Why not? Why don't you do it right now?
Oh, because I'm busy with other stuff.
Why don't you just stop being busy with that stuff and go enlist?
Because I have a job right now.
Because you have a job right now. Why can't your job be front lines?
Maybe in the near future.
Maybe in the near future, when we're not at war?
Yeah, can't do it right now, buddy. Can't go. Can't do it.
He has school that day. He can't actually can't enlist.
Yeah, literally.
No,
Come on.
Funny.
You're so willing to let other people do that?
It's actually funny, the girl that said, like, we got crushed in the Final Four or something, and she's an alum and we don't claim him. Like, how could, like, what?
I think it speaks to the fact that, and which this isn't personal to you. I'll just say this. A lot of people connect celebrities or athletes or people that they look at in a favorable light, and they hold them to a moral high ground without separating the person from what they do. And so, like, maybe not knowing your position or your stance prior to this, they thought that you were someone they aligned with because they looked at you as a figure that directly connected with a sport that they love. But then listening to you speak, they realized that outside of the connection that you two share with that sport, the ideology that you hold is in contradiction of hers. And so that, like, changed the view that they have on you.
No, Santana, I understand where she's coming from. I understand. I do think that if you come out and you're a conservative nowadays and you come out with conservative views or anything, you get shit on. Is that not true?
It's not even about the conservative views. It's about, like, the extreme views that certain people hold on the right. Because, like, being honest, I'm from South Carolina, right? I grew up around a bunch of Republicans, actual conservatives, people prior to the Trump, MAGA party taking over, who actually held to what the Republican Party said they were about smaller government, about less taxes, like those things that they really truly believed in. But the switch now has moved from, like, trying to do things that benefit our country and trying to, like, strategically shape the way that our government runs and how taxes are collected and things like that, to the only thing they want to talk about now is transgender people. They want to talk about DEI. They want to talk about like all of these identity politics things, because they, like, if you look for the last 60 years, the Republican Party has not passed one piece of legislation that overwhelmingly benefits everyday Americans more than the top 1%. Like, the party doesn't do anything for normal people anymore.
You said the Republican Party?
Yeah. Can you
I
name
don't
one
think
piece of
that's true.
legislation over the last 60 years that they passed that overwhelmingly benefits everyday Americans instead of the top 1%?
I think they have. I mean, I think the Big Beautiful Bill is going to be great
Yeah,
for
but
America.
it benefits the ultra wealthy more than the everyday American.
No, well, there's the Working Families Act, right, for the middle class.
What's the working families
Yeah, what is
act?
Let me look
that?
that up. Let me look that up. Hold on. There's
Okay, I've never heard of this one. But yeah, like I would say in general, like wouldn't you be able to agree that mostly Democrats want tax cuts for the working class and Trump wants tax cuts disproportionately for the rich?
no, I honestly like after the last administration, bro, all my shit went up. My car note, my insurance, everything went up.
Yeah,
So
and
I
what
just
did Biden
don't
do to
know how
cause
I
that?
could. I don't know how I could trust your guys' administration anymore. I
What did
just don't.
Biden do to cause
I don't
that?
see it. Probably a bunch of stuff. Sending our tax dollars to like organizations overseas that don't matter.
That's not what
Like
caused your
like
insurance
transgender,
to
like
go up.
transgender,
That
like
is literally
transgender
not what caused your
organizations.
insurance to go up. Trans people did not cause your
I'm
insurance
not
to go
saying
up.
that's what caused my insurance to go up. I'm saying that the Democratic Party sends money to places that we shouldn't
Yeah,
be
I'm
sending
asking
it
you,
to.
what did the Democratic Party do to cause your insurance to go up? Your car note to go up?
They did something, brother.
Like what?
I don't know, but they did something because it went up.
Okay, so just because it went up does not mean they did it. For example, right, I met my girlfriend under the Biden-Harris administration. Should I thank Joe Biden for that?
Thank you for what? Say
Joe
again?
Biden, thank you so much. I met my girlfriend. I wouldn't have been able to meet my beautiful, amazing girlfriend if it was not the case that your administration did not happen. Thank you so much, Joe Biden. I'm proud to be an American.
Just FYI, so I
Yeah.
found
So
the
the working
all
families
information
policies.
exception, the HR 1831 working families tax cut. That's in
Hmm.
conjunction with the no tax on tip, no tax on overtime. Like, that's all that is. And like, while that is beneficial to a small amount of Americans, it's so restrictive in the sense of like the threshold to be able to get that tax credit. And also it's so restrictive in the sense of it's only 2 years. So like, this isn't something that overwhelmingly benefits all Americans. It benefits a small group of Americans, and it's really restrictive, but it still doesn't pass the test as far as any legislation that benefits the overwhelming average American more so than the top 1%.
Yeah, but I mean, not everything is going to help every single American, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. And you're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is the Republican Party hasn't put forward any type of legislation in the last 60 years that overwhelmingly benefits everyday Americans more so than the ultra wealthy. Like, that's the problem. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're sitting here talking, you keep wanting to talk about transgender people. And the reason why Parker and I brought up like the war in Iran, the prices, like all this other stuff is that, like, if we're going to be honest, we have so many things that are working. You literally just talked about your prices going up, right? But instead of actually drilling down on like what's being done by our government to reduce price gouging, what's being done by our government to like put a cap on medication or anything like that, you keep wanting to go back to transgender people where life is literally unaffordable for everyday Americans.
I don't think life is unaffordable,
It,
and
it,
it's
it
not. It's
actually
definitely. It's
is.
definitely not as unaffordable as it was last administration.
No, it really is.
It literally is worse because Trump's caused
We're
inflation.
probably no. We're working through the last
There's higher levels of
administration.
inflation right now than there was when Biden left office. Did you know that?
We're first of all, Biden had a 9.7 inflation. Like I don't even understand how
9.1
you
was
guys
the highest
argue. How you
month
guys
over month
argue
rate.
anything.
Wait, 9 point was the highest
9.1. Let's
at,
never
at a month
forget. Let's
at
never
1 month,
forget,
and that was not because of Biden's actions. What you're not
bro.
realizing is
Let's
that
never
Biden.
forget.
No, you can't mention nothing Biden did that caused that. I can mention things that Trump did to literally cause this.
No,
Do you want me to give you
we're trying
examples?
to recover. we're trying to recover from Biden's administration right now, and so it's
No,
only been
it's
about a
become
year.
worse since
It's been
Biden. So
what, like a
name
year and
one
three
metric
months.
in the economy that's become better off since Trump got in office.
Well, we have to work on things because of how fucking terrible it was last administration.
But
So we have to.
that
So
doesn't make
it's gonna
sense though,
take some
Adam.
time, guys. Guys,
Adam, wait, but
it's gonna take
that
some
doesn't
time.
make sense though, Adam,
It's gonna
because
take some
under
time
the
for
wait,
us to
Adam, that
get back
doesn't
to where
make
we need to
sense
be.
because if you take a look at where the actual consumer confidence was, if you take a look at the cost of groceries, if you take a look at the cost of gas, if you take a look at the medium wage, if you take a look at like entrepreneurship growth, if you take a look at the unemployment rate, all of those things were better under Biden and towards the end of Biden's administration than where they are now. So literally all the things that I was just speaking on were trending in a positive direction prior to Donald Trump taking over, prior to his Liberation Day taxes, prior to him spiking the unemployment rate, and prior to him actually pushing more people below the poverty line. Like all of these things have been done through Donald Trump and his implementation of broad tariffs across the board, taking away so much money from all Americans and making things like the fact that he completely shut down all of these jobs as far as cutting jobs from the public sector and all this other stuff, it's had massive negative impacts across the board to our country. And then also cutting off trade talks, trade negotiations with our partners. He's threatening a new trade war with China. Like literally, the other day he said that he's looking at instituting tariffs on any country that is working with Iran in any way, including China, with tariffs up to 50%. So he's doing things that are negatively impacting our country, and we can see that based off of the key economic indicators under Biden from like his last year in office to where we are now. Like things are worse because of what Trump has done.
Well, it's only been a year and like 3 months, so you have to give stuff time.
Yeah,
Y'all
but it
have to give
wasn't
stuff
going in
time
this
to get
direction.
better. Gas was already lower. Gas was already lower before, obviously, the Iran conflict.
Adam,
It was
think
lower.
about this
It
for a
was
second.
lower than it ever was under Biden. Lower than it ever was. Not
Adam,
even
quick
close.
quick
Not even.
question.
So like
Quick question, Adam.
I can't even fathom to even argue like
Quick question,
gas
Adam.
prices with the Democratic Party.
Adam, quick question. If you and your team are playing, right, and you guys going into the second quarter, you guys are up by 10 points, and the starters are set, and then the reserves come in to try to give you guys a spell. And by the time that you guys go back in the middle of the second quarter, right after leaving up 10, and you guys check back in, and you're down by 5, would you say that the reserves did a good job at either holding the line or doing better, or would you think that they did a really bad job?
Bad job.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Donald Trump hasn't held the line as far as the progress that was made under the Biden administration. He hasn't improved it. He's literally, we were up 10 when Biden left office, and now we're down by 5 in his first year and a half. And I agree that like stuff takes time, but Donald Trump has gotten in. He's picked up 5 fouls in like 5 minutes. He's given up like wide open shots. He's turned over the ball multiple times. Everything that Donald Trump has done speaks to the negativity of what any player would do. And I'm not saying that we don't have the capability to recover. All I'm saying is that when Biden handed Trump the actual economy and handed him office, I'm not saying things were perfect, but they're better than they are now. And that's the problem we have to address.
Okay.
Boom.
You know, you said a lot of things. Y'all be saying a lot of things. I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Yeah, at the end of the day, I just think you guys should be a little bit more. I mean, obviously, Trump hasn't done. There's been good things that he's done. You can't say everything that he's done is bad. I mean, he's ended wars and
Can you name them?
genocides in like Nigeria.
That's it. That's it.
Can you hear me?
What'd you say? Repeat that.
I said he's been ending violence against Christians overseas. Has he not?
Wait, you just said he ended wars. What wars did he end?
He's been ending conflicts, wars, whatever you want to call it.
Which ones?
Against Christians, against white people in South Africa.
Okay. Okay. So you're saying he ended
I'm African.
targeting
I'm
of
Ugandan.
Christians within.
They literally slaughter white farmers out there.
That's not true.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it is, bro. It's
What's
absolutely
the
true.
source?
It's absolutely true, Santana. How do you know? How do you
It's
not know
not.
this, bro?
Well, I do know. It hasn't been a slaughtering of Christians, what you're talking about in
I
Nigeria.
just saw a video an hour ago of
Yeah,
farmers being
and I've
hunted
looked at
down.
international reports. It's not that they're slaughtering Christians. There's been a conflict from rebel forces that has slaughtered people across the spectrum. Muslims actually have been killed at a higher rate than Christians in that area. It's just that they're focusing on Christians because they want to make Christians the victims, when really you have to actually take a look at the death that's being caused by the rebels. So it's not that
Christian
people are focusing on Christians, because less Christians have actually been affected than Muslims, but no one's talking about that.
Christians are absolutely under attack globally right now. Are they
Okay.
not?
So, but you don't want to address what I just said about Nigeria?
Do you
I
think
just don't
Christians
think
are
that's
being
true.
attacked in the U.S.?
I think Christians are attacked in general, like not physically, but they're attacked, like by
How
you
are
guys.
Christians
You know,
attacked here in the U.S.?
well, there was a church that your party, Don Lemon, and his
He was
and
not
his
determined to have
friends,
committed any
y'all
wrongdoing.
literally terrorized a church. You guys hurt. And do you guys, by the way, do you guys agree with that
When you say,
situation? Do you guys agree? Do you guys agree with like people going into a church
I
and
do.
protesting like they did,
I don't
I do.
agree with protesting inside of a
You would,
church.
Santana, you would do the same thing. Santana, you would be
Hold
alongside
up,
Don
can
Lemon in that
he's gonna
situation.
he's gonna use this to pivot. Hold up, can we just like
No,
acknowledge?
Santana. Wait, Santana, you would do that?
Oh my god.
Santana, would you join them
I'm
in
not
that
answering it.
activity?
I'll answer your question, but you need to let
Exactly,
Parker
bro.
answer your.
Exactly,
You need
because
to
you
answer
wouldn't.
Parker's
It's not
question first.
okay.
I
It's not.
have an
You
answer,
you,
but
you
please
wouldn't
answer
do
Parker
that.
first. Please answer
I'm
Parker
talking.
first.
I just answered about how Christians are under attack. That your party protests, a bunch of violent protesters protesting random shit every day. You guys went into a Christian church and terrorized children and families, and you guys protect that. You support that. You won't say anything about it. You won't say it's wrong.
Yeah, so here's my position. I don't know what you meant by terrorizing. Don Lemon was engaging in free speech. There was no violation of the First Amendment on behalf of Don Lemon. You could try to argue some of the individuals specifically who were protesting were violating free speech or based on the FACE Act. I'm not even sure if they were even held accountable for anything like that. That would be a violation, right? It could be a violation.
They
No
should
one's
be.
saying that you want to prevent like a church service, for example. I think the goal of many people would be to protest the individual who is a part of ICE, right? Not the church service in of itself. They're not trying to prevent the church service.
They literally did.
Wait. I'm talking about. I'm saying like what we're talking about. We're not advocating to prevent a church service. Like people who are generally advocating against like the person here who was the pastor is because of the fact that they're like an ICE agent, not because of the fact that they're a pastor. Do you understand?
I don't think it matters. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, why did this matter for you to bring up in the first place?
Well, Santana. Would you
I
would
asked you
guys
how are
protest
Christians
outside?
being
Would you guys outside, or
disenfranchised in this
Santana?
country,
Would you?
and you gave one example where you think possibly they were limiting Christians, which by the way, it was not because they were protesting Christians, it was because they were protesting the ICE agent.
They're protesting the ICE agent.
Yeah.
And why is so Santana? Would you guys join in
See how
that, or
he's
would
just
you
not going to address the point I
protest
just made?
outside? Would you?
Oh
Would
my
you?
God, bro. I can't even have a
Would you join in
conversation with
that or
you.
go outside? Would you do it outside or do what they did? You guys give me an answer. Would
I
you
think it
protest
would be
outside or would you
preferable.
go
I
in the
think it would be
church?
preferable to protest outside. Yeah.
Okay, Santana, what about you? Would you protest outside or in the church?
I just want to make sure Parker's good before I say
Go
anything.
ahead.
Okay, so this
It's
is
a
my
simple
position.
question. It's just a
Well,
yes or no.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna
But you're
answer.
It's
using it
literally
to
a crime. It's a crime, by the way.
Okay,
It's a
Adam.
crime.
I'm sorry, but the
Literally-
issue is you're using all of these things to pivot away from my questions in the conversation with me. Why do you keep doing this? It's like I literally can't have a direct conversation with you because you constantly find anything you can possibly try to look for to pivot away from the conversation. It's really frustrating.
Okay, go ahead, Santana.
I would love for you to answer Parker's question directly, because I know when I give my answers, they're going to take you on a different course. So I would love for you to finish up with
Guys,
Parker.
I
promise
just
you I'll
asked you
answer
a
the questions.
question. I just asked you a question about the church. Like, is that a yes or a no?
You can answer.
Like,
Don't.
would you
Okay,
protest
cool.
outside or
All right,
inside?
I'll answer with the simple logic tree. Just to verify before I answer this question, are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Do you believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ?
Bro, just answer the question
No, just
first before you go down
straightforward.
the
Now he has
path.
an issue with this, by the
I
way.
promise you, I'm going somewhere with this. I promise. I promise.
No.
I'm going to answer your question. Do you believe in
Santana, I said, do you guys support what Don Lemon
I
did? And then
promise you,
did
I'm
or
going to
no?
answer it. And these are not trick
I'm
questions. I
not
just want to
answering
make sure I have
I'm
an
not answering
understanding.
your questions before I get an answer to that.
I promise you,
It's
all
a
of
yes
my
or no,
questions
though. It's a
are
yes or no, and then you
all
can
of my
continue with the
all
explanation.
of my questions are relevant, so you can understand my answer. I promise you, I'm going somewhere. It's not a gotcha. I promise you, I just want you to fully understand where I'm going.
Okay,
It's simple questions.
just go without asking me prying
No, it's simple
questions.
questions. Do you believe in the
Just
teachings
make
of
your
Jesus
point.
Christ?
No, just make your point without making like prying
Do you
questions.
believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ?
Of course I do.
Okay, perfect. So if you're a Christian, you believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ. I'm sure that you believe the Bible and what Jesus did in the Bible. Jesus literally went into the temples and flipped over tables and used the whips and chased people out of his father's house because of the iniquity that they had established within the temples. The people that were there were defiling and disgracing God, and his son wasn't having it. That's why he was so adamant about getting those people out of the house of worship. And so when you talk about having people who are openly fascist, people who are openly trying to harm people who are shooting Americans in the face, then Jesus would want us in that church defending his father's house. And for you to sit here and say like, oh, would you go inside the church? Absolutely, I will go in, because you know what? I don't believe in giving fascists any type of peace. I don't believe in giving fascists any type of rest or any type of breath. So yeah, I would go in and I would have been in there letting the fascists know that you don't belong here. Absolutely, because that's what Jesus would do.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Prove me wrong. Tell me Jesus didn't do the same thing.
You would join those protesters and do what they did, disrupting a church service, yelling at children in their
You
face,
see how he
yelling
is
to
going
their
to start going
parents.
on this tangent after he said
He just said yes. He just
a
said
question.
yes.
It's just a
This is
question.
why
I was just
he just
asking the
said yes.
question. I was just asking the question. Now we're going to go on a whole tangent where we're going to talk about this. Watch.
He just said yes.
Yeah, but like you
He said he would do the same thing. But Parker, you said he would be outside.
So you just said it was a
disagreeing?
question. Are you going to now respond to my questions? Are you going to respond to me
Why are you
now?
guys disagreeing?
We
Why do you guys
disagree
disagree
because
on
we're not
this?
the same people.
We're not the same person. I'm also
So
not
you
Christian.
would commit a crime and protest in a church, which
I'm
is
gonna
a
go
crime.
crazy.
Santana.
Do you see what I mean?
Santana,
You
it's a
see
crime.
how it
Santana,
wasn't
do you know
just
it's a crime?
Do you see how it wasn't just a question? Do you see how you just
Santana,
tried
do
to
you know that's a
you tried to
crime?
gaslight every single one of us when you said, "Oh, I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question." Like you should just be able to answer this question, right? That was literally so that you could pivot away from my questions. I doubt you even fucking remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't. But do you? So here's my
Why
point.
why
Real
should I
quick. Give me
talk to
10
you?
seconds. Give me.
No, fuck you. Why should I talk to you? If you're not willing to engage with what I'm saying, why should I talk to you?
Because you asked.
I
Like
can kick you from the stream right now.
You ask a million questions. I don't even know.
I'm not asking you a million questions. You don't even remember the question.
Because you asked
Like,
me
well,
random
okay,
questions
how
that
about
had
this?
nothing to do.
I will
ask
keep
me
you
a
up.
hypothetical.
I will
asked
keep
me
you
a
up. If you
hypothetical that
don't
has
listen
nothing
right
to
now,
do
I'm just gonna kick you. I will keep you up if you choose to actually engage in a conversation with me and respond to the things that I say. If you don't choose to do that, I'm gonna kick you. You're wasting my time, dude. Like the whole conversation that we've had has been incredibly insufferable.
All right, so I'll answer your questions.
You will answer my questions,
let me
correct?
Get 10 seconds. Let me get 10 seconds. Yeah, let me get 10 seconds.
Go ahead.
So why I bring this situation up is because when you see videos on social media of people protesting in this church and doing what they did, right? And you have a bunch of people disagreeing. Common sense. You shouldn't do it to a Christian church, a Muslim, whatever it is. You shouldn't be going inside and terrorizing people. And a bunch of liberals defend it. It's literally a crime. How could you guys defend this stuff? That's why it's so hard to support you guys. It's like, that's why I asked you, Parker, would you do that? Santana, would you do that? And Santana, you said you would.
Okay,
It's literally a
so
crime.
you
Literally
had
a
10
crime.
seconds.
That's why it's so hard to support you guys.
Right, you had
Can't
10
support that
seconds, and
shit.
now I'm gonna reply, and then I would love for you to get back to what Parker was saying. The reason why I would do that is because I'm more American than you. I'm more of a patriot than you. I believe in the
That's not
Constitution more
patriotic
than
at
you.
all. Not
Literally,
patriotic.
the Constitution gives us protections to actually advocate for ourselves. We get to protest for ourselves, and the founding of our country started with our actual forefathers, not mine, because but the forefathers of the country taking tea and dumping it into the fucking sea because or harbor, sorry, into the harbor because they absolutely disagree. Our country was founded on protesting. Our country was founded on disorder. Our country was founded on fighting back against tyranny. And so when you talk about being willing to protest, to step into a space where you could possibly go to jail for your beliefs, I would absolutely do it, because when you take a look at the history of the country and my forefathers, black people, we have absolutely fought and died for our rights, and we've been thrown in jail, we've been attacked by dogs, we've been sprayed by water holes, and that's the only reason that not only we have rights, but people like yourself, other immigrants that have come to the country after us, have those same rights. So yes, I will proudly get locked up and go to jail to fight for our country. Yes. Anyway, Parker
what
has
rights don't
something
we
else for
have?
you. We're done
What
with this.
rights
Can you
don't we
please go back
have?
to Parker's original
What
point?
rights don't we have as
Can we go back
Americans?
to Parker's
What rights?
original point, please?
Parker, what rights don't we have? What
Who?
rights don't you have, Parker? What rights don't you have? In 2026, what rights don't you have?
Thank you for the spaceship.
I'm not claiming that I
We're all
don't have
fighting for rights
rights. I
now.
think that.
Like you don't wake up every day blessed. Like what are you talking about, Santana?
What are you
Everybody
talking
has
about?
rights.
You're
Everybody
not
has rights.
You're not understanding. When you say everyone has rights, you're not acknowledging that people's rights are disenfranchised. Just because my rights as a person aren't disenfranchised doesn't mean that there aren't other individuals in this country's rights that are disenfranchised. I think you're being ridiculous there. Now, broadly, I want to get us back onto the conversation we're having, because you seemingly don't want to engage with practically anything that I bring up on the live streams. So we're gonna be specific, okay? Be very specific. Can you mention a policy of Trump's that you like?
Just immigration, obviously.
That's not a policy.
The number one thing.
What policy?
Just the way he's going about immigration.
So, like, what specific policy in relation to immigration?
No policy added. Just immigration.
So to clarify, you can't mention a single policy of Trump's that you support.
Has there been? I don't think there's been any policy changes within ICE. Has there?
There has been, and I can give you examples. But I'm asking, what policy do you like of Trump's at all? It doesn't have to be. If you can't think of anything for immigration, bring up a different topic. What policy of Trump's do you like? Name one.
Keeping men out of women's sports.
I'm waiting for the policy, because we already know that didn't impact anyone really.
Yeah, yes.
And also, like, in terms of the policy, what was the policy?
No policy, bro. Just immigration. Just getting.
So let me just clarify, dude. You
don't
even know what the hell you support.
Strong border enforcement.
You know what's crazy? You know more of what you're against than what you're for. And I wonder why people never criticize this in terms of Republicans, but constantly will bring this up as a criticism of Democrats. We actually have policies we support outside of the fact that we disagree with Trump. You literally don't know what you support in specific outside of disagreeing with certain Democrats' positions. That's it.
I do. So immigration is one. I just said it.
Well, what's the specific policy? Because you said you don't even know if there's an ICE policy change.
I already said strong border enforcement.
But you just said that you don't think that there's even an ICE policy change that's existed.
Wall surveillance, more agents. These are policies.
Okay, so by the way, so now you're saying you want more agents. Okay, so let's bring this up. Let's talk about.
They've added more.
Yeah, let me know when I can speak.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So now you're just saying I want more border enforcement. Okay, how much more do you want?
Well, clearly we shut the border down.
So you don't want any more?
What do you mean you don't want any more? No,
we already have done enough at this point?
No. Immigrants should still be coming to this country the legal way.
It's like he can't answer my questions. Are we already doing enough in relation to undocumented immigration?
Yes, we are now.
We are now. Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't even know what policy we changed.
You keep asking me
Okay.
about policy. Do you
So
not see what Trump is doing with
what? How
immigration?
many?
Obviously, he's
Okay, when you
cleaning
say
it
that
up.
we needed more border enforcement and more agents, do you even know how many more agents we needed? Do you know how many agents we had? Did you know the needs? Did you know the material benefit at all? Or is it just some
Yeah,
vague general
we needed
idea that you
more.
support because you're against Democrats?
No, we needed more because the last administration let
There you
over
go.
like 8 million
There you
illegal
go.
immigrants. Right? Yeah, we needed more agents because of how many illegal immigrants you guys let in the country.
So, okay, if we're
So
talking
that
about
makes sense to add more
how many
agents because of
undocumented
the
immigrants
millions
did
and
we let
millions
into
and
the
millions of
country?
people. I would say around 10 million.
Okay, what source do you have for that?
Trump.
Are you serious, dude? Trump? Come on, bro.
The Trump administration, they've said it plenty of times, a little over
Yeah,
10,000
Trump
or 10
can't just
million
claim things and you say
illegal
that's a
immigrants.
source. I need an actual source, not Trump claims this. Trump lies all the time.
They've all said it. All Republicans have said it. They all say the same thing. You guys
No,
have
they don't. So
let
let
in
me just
over 10
clarify.
million
There is no
illegal
source for this. So
immigrants.
just saying Republicans say this is not a source.
Well, then we don't know.
We do
You say
know.
around like four.
Pew,
You say around four. You say around 4 million. It's
yeah,
not that. It's
less than 4 million
way
according to
higher.
Pew Research.
It's probably over 10 million. Let's be real.
No evidence for that.
What's the evidence for 4 million?
Pew Research.
But you just said we don't know.
What? I said you don't have evidence that supports that it's 10 million. We do
How
know.
would you know how would you know how many illegal immigrants are in the country
Yeah,
anyway?
there's an estimate based on Pew
If they're
Research. If you want
undocumented.
it, that's the best information that we could possibly get. So when you say 10 million and you have no
Who
source
funds
for
that?
that, and it's just
Who
something
funds
that
Pew
you whipped out
Research?
of your ass, I think that Pew Research is better at estimating it than your dumbass remarks.
What is Pew Research? Who runs it? Like who funds it?
It's an independent organization. It's very reputable.
PUE.
Yeah, PEW. Pew Research.
I don't think that's true anyway. Like it's not.
It
4 million.
is.
It's way more.
So fake news, actually. I'm just gonna claim fake news whenever I don't want to support or acknowledge what's real.
And also, just FYI, Pew Research isn't about like establishing any type of opinion. Like they just do deep dives in order to find out what is happening throughout our country and gauge that information based off of surveys, data, and statistics. They don't lend opinions to anything. They just actually put the information out and let people use it however they want.
Exactly. Now, let me actually ask you this question, Adam. Is there anything Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Yeah, if he was like, if he committed a genocide.
Okay. So, I mean, that's something that we can point to. I mean, we actually can. Is there anything outside of that that you would also apply, or is it just they have to commit genocide? That's the only line.
No, there could be other lines.
What are the other lines?
If he supported men and women's sports and bathrooms.
Oh, okay. So if he allowed for a trans woman to go into the women's restroom, would you say that you wouldn't support him?
If he allowed a trans woman to go in the women's restroom.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Bruce Jenner?
Caitlyn Jenner. Don't dead name them.
I'm not. I know him. I went to school with.
No,
Kylie
you
Jenner.
literally just did it again, bro. Go fuck
I
yourself.
knew him.
Bro. Let's just go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request. By the way, that's like literally someone who's MAGA. She's literally MAGA, and she still gets misgendered by them.
Also, can we talk about how his hard line was genocide and then transgender people? like what are we doing? Like, what are we doing?
And by the way, he's
Holy
totally okay with
smokes.
supporting Trump, even though he's bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally like the number one thing we went through. That guy was
Insane.
ridiculous. That guy was so absurd. I got some people to thank, everybody. Brittany, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much on Venmo. I really appreciate. Thank you, of course. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you, David. Thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Yeah, it was a bit crazy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you though. Thank you very much. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you, David. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And of course, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It really does show where the state of the country is, and I totally get you there. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have some people to thank over on YouTube, but let's actually make sure to get the next person up here before we do so. Do you have any people to thank while I add someone up?
Yeah, absolutely. Nemo, thank you so much for the $5. Yeah, like that's absolutely mind blowing that happened. Tyler, thank you so much for the five. Yeah, Trump doesn't know what it's called. The straight of he's called it a bunch of different names. Mackenzie, thank you so much for the $2 donation. Absolutely, love from South Carolina to South Carolina. John, thank you so much for the dollar donation. I haven't seen that remake yet of Dragon Ball Super, but I would recommend Black Clover. I just finished it, and now I'm like upset that I now have to wait for the next season. But Black Clover for sure. Jenna, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Yep, I couldn't agree any more. Amber, thank you so much for the five. They aren't even talking about the Epstein files anymore. They don't care. Anthony, thank you so much for the one. Yeah, I'll go take a look at that, and that's it. Thank you all for the donations.
Alrighty, Steve, how old are you?
59, sir.
Do you support Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay, if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, for sure. I have a few people to thank over on YouTube Super Chat, and then we can move on to our conversation. Just give me one quick second, real quick. For everyone who's on YouTube, everybody hit that thumbs up and make sure to get it out to more people. I would really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. It's absolutely free to do so, of course. Jeremiah, thank you so much for the $10, by the way. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, it's very brutal. Very brutal. Well, thank you so much. Trevor, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, literally though, right? Which would have caused more people in those conditions to think that it is possible to do so. MP, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. Trevor, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. Papa, thank you for I really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. Said, America crashed out and started a fucking war because we didn't want to pay taxes. We should get back to that. Well, Zach, thank you for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I said lives American citizens in the streets, and they say they don't care. Some Christians are slightly startled. Unacceptable. Seriously, I know, right? Bernard, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20 as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? Literally almost never. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Bernard. Kiki, thank you for the $10. Thank you very much. Jackal, thank you for the $5. Trevor with the $10. Thank you very much. JB, thank you so much for the $10 as well. And I think I am actually completely caught up. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. So as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat as always, everybody. Alrighty. Why do you support Donald Trump, Steve?
Okay. Well, first, actually, the last thing you spoke to this last person about before you kicked him, I wanted to kind of put it on you. What would it take for you to support Trump?
There's nothing. I think he's already hit a disqualifier.
So that's a little hypocritical in the way you were questioning.
No, it's not because I think that there's a red line, right? I think there's a disqualifier. Do you think that there are disqualifiers on people running for president?
Absolutely.
Okay, so then you agree with me?
No.
There's a distinction between a disqualifier for being president of the United States and saying that you can't even establish something that would be a disqualifier. What I'm essentially just saying is that there should be disqualifiers. We all should have disqualifiers. And that people who are Trump supporters won't be able to describe a disqualifier in many circumstances because they have a cult-like support of Trump.
Well, the thing is that you guys always bring up the same BS about the 35 felony counts and his interview with Howard Stern. I mean, it's old rhetoric that means absolutely nothing, sir.
It does mean stuff. Maybe you just don't care about it because you show that like you don't give a shit about women or you don't give a shit about people who commit crimes. But like, I mean, that's just reflective of your own values, not of ours.
And also, I'll just say, like, I don't bring up those things at all because while I think all of those things were disqualifiers as far as voting for him in the 2024 presidential election, we can take a look at the things that he's done since returning to office, and overwhelmingly it's been negatively impacting to all Americans, right?
Well, that's where I'm going.
Whether we talk about the actual implementation of tariffs across the board, which raises prices, getting us into a war with Iran, alienating our allies from the north and the south, directly going against the rights of Americans, whether it be people within the queer community, whether it be black people, whether it be veterans, like all of the things that he's done returning to office, including the blatant, like, open racism, the wild stuff that he posts on his social media, the fact that he is incoherent most of the
You're
time,
rambling, sir.
like all of the no, I'm making points. Just because you don't like them doesn't
No,
mean that
but
it's
it's
rambling.
points that we've heard
The point that
1,000
I'm
times.
making
It's
is
called
that you can
rhetoric.
talk about prior to him being elected, but even if you take a look at everything that he's done since returning into office,
Well, let's talk
it's a
about that.
disqualifier.
Or you just want to hear yourself talk.
I named multiple things. Pick one thing that I pick.
Can I address them?
I would have loved been able to finish, but go ahead since you have an issue with
Well,
impulse
you don't
control.
need to finish because I've heard it 1,000 times. I can
You
almost
haven't.
say the same thing you have.
Okay, then pick one thing that I said and tell me where I'm wrong.
Okay, well, first of all, you're wrong about the war with Iran. First of all, I can show you countless videos of every president for the last 30 years saying that Iran is absolutely our number one threat. Okay, you can deny that all you want, but it's the truth. And you can sit there and deny that, oh, they weren't trying to make a nuclear weapon. They have been trying to make a nuclear weapon for 30 years. Okay. So basically, the part that annoys me the most, and
Okay,
also
before you
I'm
go
not
into
done.
the
I'm not
actual,
done.
you cut me off, but I'll say this before you go into why it annoys you or why you think it's justified. Just to be clear, the point that I made was he got us into a war with Iran. So you saying
we
that I
needed
was
to be.
wrong, wait, you saying that I was wrong? No, you feel like it's justified, but I'm not
It is.
wrong. I'm not wrong in saying he got us into a war with them. Again, that's the point that I made.
Okay,
So like you're not even paying attention.
But by you saying that, so you mean if they would have dropped a nuke on us, and you would say, "Oh, he got us into a war." You see how
If was a
stupid that
fifth, we'd
comment
all
is?
be drunk. They didn't.
Right, but why would you want to wait for them to do that?
Can you give us any type of data information that says that they were
Absolutely.
leading towards dropping a nuke on us?
Absolutely.
Sure,
You want?
go ahead.
I mean, there is tons in the
Sure,
last
give us one
30.
reputable source.
Are you actually saying that you don't think that Iran was trying to get ballistic long-range missiles and nuclear
Can
capabilities?
you give us one
Answer the
reputable
question.
source
Hold
that says
Answer the question.
Let me respond. So ballistic missiles, they already have long range ballistic missiles. That's not something you go to war with them over.
Not long
The
enough,
development
buddy.
of nuclear weapons and enrichment of uranium is because Trump pulled out of the JCPOA, which capped the amount of
Wrong.
enrichment of uranium
That's
that they could
your
have at
rhetoric.
around. Let me please finish, sir. Around 3.7%. Which again, because Trump pulled out of that agreement, that led to them enriching uranium to a greater extent. But since we did the strike around last year or so, they haven't been building up their enrichment capabilities since then, according to U.S. intelligence. The director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, stated that in front of Congress.
Oh, the one that got fired?
She has not been fired.
No, the other one that. My point
I'm talking about
is
Tulsi
like,
Gabbard.
so why? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the other one that quit.
You mean Joe Kent?
Yes.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Anyways, why are they putting it underground then?
Okay, so saying that they have stuff underground is not evidence that they built up their enrichment capabilities to be able to even develop nukes.
Every other country in the world that wants to get enrich uranium for nuclear energy, not weapons, for nuclear energy, they do it above ground where everybody can see it. Why are
Israel
these guys,
doesn't.
Wait, Israel has nuclear weapons, dude.
They don't admit it.
Oh my God. Okay, right. Again, see, this is the problem.
Have they registered them with the IAEA?
Dude, why you guys all sit there on the IEAA, dude?
IAEA.
Whatever it's called. You actually think that's their word is it? That's it. That's gold. That's bond.
Well, I think that's going to be the international standard for how we even have that addressed. And if everyone else needs to register, why don't they?
Why? Okay, let me ask you this. So why were they at 60% uranium capability already then?
Because Trump pulled out of the JCPOA.
Oh, so they were okay. Let's say even if you're right, he pulled out, right?
He did.
So even though you don't need to be at 60% uranium for nuclear energy. You only
need to be at 90%.
To weapons, right? From 60 to 90%. So are you going to sit there and deny that they weren't trying to get a nuclear weapon?
Of course, since you guys pulled out of the JCPOA, you're still not understanding.
Okay. Fine.
Also, I just want to call out.
Let's say you're right.
I just want to call out really quick that not only does Iran actually enrich uranium underground, but so does Russia, France, China, the U.S., Germany, Netherlands, UK, Brazil. in
That's
Argentina.
my point.
The
You just
point
proved
the
my
point that
point.
I'm making is that all of these other actual countries enrich uranium underground. While it's in typical, it's
Right, because
more countries do it
they're
above
doing it
ground.
because it's weapons grade. They all
Hey,
have
can I
nuclear weapons.
finish my sentence? I mean, you're just wrong. You said a lot of stuff that's wrong. Anyway, the point that I'm
No,
making
you're
is
wrong.
this is not, no, I haven't said anything that's wrong.
Everything you
This is
say is
not
wrong.
something
Bullshit
that
rhetoric.
you can keep crying, Snowflake.
I'm
And let
not
me just
crying at
finish
all,
my
piece of
point.
shit.
Yeah, I know, I know. Your feelings are hurt. You have
Not at
really big
all.
feelings. I know.
I'm just matching your energy. You
It's
call
so
me
you're
snowflake, so
not.
I insult you.
Yeah, I know. You have big fifis. It's okay. It's okay.
It
It's
is
okay.
okay. You're an
I
idiot.
understand.
You're
I
full of shit.
understand. Yeah.
But back to the
Anyway, the
question,
point that I
Parker.
was making is
Nobody
that
cares
there's
about the
multiple
antenna thing.
countries that continue to enrich uranium underground. So the premise that they're doing something nefarious as far as enriching underground is not a fact at all. And there's multiple countries who actually enrich uranium underground at a lower rate for nuclear power versus nuclear weapons. So there's that.
Yeah, where did you get that from?
The World Nuclear Association, which documents the actual nuclear enrichment of all countries.
Right. Do they say that Iran was trying to get a nuclear weapon?
No, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
So again, do you have like any intelligence that indicates that
Right.
they've been building up their enrichment since around the strike around a year
Yeah,
ago?
it's called common sense.
So there's no evidence.
Well, there's plenty of evidence, and that's why our military took
The
action.
director of national intelligence says
I don't
otherwise.
care. You think
That's
that
your own
our
administration,
leaders-
sir.
I'm sorry. Our leaders, okay, our leaders, the people who run this country, I'm going to trust them way more than I trust.
Tulsi Gabbard is one of the people that is running the country. She's a part of the Trump administration. The director of national intelligence, sir. She literally testified on behalf of the intelligence community to say that the intelligence community came to the conclusion that they literally were not developing, right, enriched uranium, right, after the strike about a year ago. Right? Since then, there was no imminent nuclear threat. Like the whole argument that you guys are making that there was an imminent nuclear threat is just simply not true. The argument that your administration has shifted to, in terms of Marco Rubio, for example, is that they were going to be able to have a ballistic missile program built up to such a degree that they'd be able to maintain, right, their nuclear enrichment because they'd be able to fight off everyone from being able to attack them in the first place to prevent them from enriching the uranium. That's their argument. So that's not an imminent threat. That's a future threat. That is different. That's not enough to say that you can justify to going to war. And that also says that Donald Trump created these conditions because he pulled out of the JCPOA.
Okay, Parker, but back to the original question. You said there's no way you would support Trump, right? So let's say hypothetically, because you guys liberals love hypotheticals. So let's say hypothetically that everything he's done in a year from now worked. Let's say our gas prices go way down, economically we're better, that the stock is great. Let's say it actually worked. The Middle East is safer. He's removed dictators. Iran's doing much better. Let's just say all that works and it works out great. You still wouldn't support him?
No, because he's hit a particular standard of disqualification. Any person who's raped a woman is not someone that I'd be okay with being president of the United States. So not only is he bad in terms of his character, but he's also bad in terms of his economic policy. Every metric of the economy has got worse off since Trump got in office. Okay, he prioritizes his rich and powerful friends and not the average American.
Okay, but you didn't listen to the question. I said if
I explicitly answered.
No, I said if all you said listen to me carefully. If it all actually works, if it actually does work, like facts, you can't deny it, you still wouldn't support him.
Yeah, because his character and the things that he's done personally are things that he's done.
You care about his character or about our country?
I care about both.
Wrong. See, that's where you're so wrong. I could give a shit if he's an asshole. If he makes my country better, safer,
how about
more
this?
prosperous country.
Okay, let me ask you this question then. Would you vote for Jeffrey Epstein with Donald Trump's policies or Kamala Harris?
That's ridiculous. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how ridiculous you guys have.
Didn't you just ask a hypothetical and I answered? So why can't you answer my hypothetical?
My hypothetical is possible. Yours is not.
I'm just asking you, so answer the question.
Yours is not possible. Why is it not possible?
I think yours isn't possible.
No, you see.
That's your opinion, yours is impossible.
It is possible. No, you cannot say
Yours was impossible. By the way, there's no
impossible.
contradiction with my hypothetical. So answer the question. Would you support Jeffrey
No, I'm not
Epstein
gonna,
with
I
Donald
don't
Trump's?
answer stupid questions.
Okay, so you're just unwilling to engage in a conversation?
Question. It's an impossible question.
It's not impossible. What's the contradiction?
He's dead. It's impossible.
Sir, what's the contradiction?
The contradiction, he's dead. It's impossible.
There's literally no contradiction because you'd have to provide a logical contradiction. Now, do you want me to provide someone who's alive? How about this? I'll give you someone that's alive then. Okay? Right? Would you say that a pedophile, a convicted pedophile with Donald Trump's policies, right, that you'd vote for them over Trump?
Be careful, Parker. You're insinuating Trump is a convicted pedophile.
I'm actually not. I'm giving an example of a hypothetical person.
You're giving an example.
Like let's just say that you went to some random prison.
Careful, Parker.
Dude, can you stop? Let's just say you went to some random prison and you found a convicted pedophile that had all of Donald Trump's policies. Would you rather vote for that convicted pedophile that supports all of Donald Trump's policies or Kamala Harris?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, so character does matter to you, right, at a certain extent. So if Donald Trump has been held civilly liable of sexually abusing women, if he's bragged about sexually exploiting women and girls, if he's literally specifically... Hold up. Yeah, I know that you don't believe these, but given all of these things are true, that would be reason to given that these reasons are true, that would be reason to disqualify him from your support, correct?
Negative, because he's
you just said it was enough with the convicted pedophile.
But none of those things are true.
Okay, so then let's go through this then. Did Donald Trump say he would date a 10-year-old?
It's not going to work on me, Parker.
Did Donald Trump say he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years?
Yeah, he did say that.
Is that sexualizing a 10-year-old?
No, he's sexualizing a 20-year-old.
No, he's sexualizing a 10-year-old because he's saying, I'm going to be dating them in 10 years. Let me ask you this question, sir.
No, you're putting it the way you want to put
it. Steve, do you have a daughter?
Yes, I do. 19.
Okay. When she was 10 years old, if Donald Trump went up to her and said that he'd be dating her in 10 years, would you still support him?
I would probably think it's inappropriate and I would think it was stupid, but I wouldn't. It's just stupid rhetoric, dude.
So you'd still support him? You'd still vote for him?
When did he say that?
Wait, so to clarify, you'd still vote for him?
If it was 30 years later? Yes.
And you'd say that to your daughter?
Wait a minute. If I
would you say that to your daughter, sir?
No.
Would you tell your daughter that you'd let Donald Trump go up to her as a 10-year-old and say he'd be dating her in 10 years and you'd still vote for him? Would your daughter be okay with hearing that?
It's not working, Parker.
No, I'm asking you a question. Would your daughter be okay with hearing that?
I don't know. We'd have to ask my daughter.
What do you think?
I don't know. She's a grown
I would
woman.
assume not, right?
She's a grown woman. She's also a Trumpist, though.
Oh, okay. Okay, so she also supports Trump. You should have her come up on my stream. We'll ask her that question.
She's too smart for you, Parker. Way too smart for you.
Okay. Well, I'll debate her. Have her come up on the stream.
That's the problem. You know what? I've told her to do it before because she's actually in college and she's at political science. But the funny part is she thinks you're so ridiculous that she wouldn't even waste her time arguing with you.
So that's a complete cope. Cope.
I'm telling you the truth.
Do you see that cope? Like literally unwilling to engage in a conversation with me because they think I'm ridiculous? That's ridiculous.
No, she just thinks you're delusional and you just do this for me.
Yeah. So of course you think that, but you have no actual argument.
Oh, yeah,
do you agree with her?
What, that you do this for money?
That I just do this for money?
I do agree that you are a content creator and your number one concern is making content. Why do you think you only talk to MAGAs? Because that's your content. If you sat around in a podcast with all of your same supporters, it would be boring. Nobody would be interested in that. You want argument, you want debating, you want this, which is I get it. That's your content. But yes, obviously you do that for content. Come on, let's be real. You make a good living.
But what is the content for? The content is for, it's obviously for content, genius. The content is for a better world. It's to get people to critically think more, to educate themselves, to get more involved in politics. Right? To say that my only intention is to make money is an absurd thing. That's ridiculous in of itself. But I don't want to get hyper-fixated on that. The point that I wanted to get to is that it sounds like they're just unwilling to debate me. They should debate me. And the point that I can then go back to is that, let me ask you these questions. If Donald Trump went up to a 10, or what's it called? You acknowledge that. Let me go through the whole thing. I was meaning to go through like a whole set of things that Trump's done, and I haven't gone through yet. So, if Donald Trump bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women without their consent, would you still support him?
First of all, the video does not say those words. He says that he walked backstage. He never said dressing room. You guys put that word.
Oh, why'd you watch Cam Higby's episode?
I'm just telling you the truth. You put that word. He never said dressing
I'll play
room.
it.
Play it. I'll bet
I mean,
you.
he describes a dressing room, and then people who were in these dressing rooms came out and talked about how they were dressing rooms.
He never said the word dressing room, Parker.
Yeah, I know that he didn't say the word dressing room, but he describes what a dressing room is. And then also the people who specifically were in these dressing rooms came out and talked about the fact that Donald Trump would barge into the dressing rooms. So they clarified that they're dressing rooms.
That's hearsay.
But what? The people claiming that it happened to them individually?
Yeah, that's hearsay.
Okay, so when you say that that's hearsay, you don't accept. I have a question. Do you accept any witness statements?
Some not.
Okay, so you accept some though, because do you think all witness statements are hearsay?
Yeah, obviously it has to be.
So you think all witness statements are hearsay? Therefore, you don't accept witness statements. Are you Christian?
Catholic.
Okay. Do you believe Jesus rose from the dead?
Don't fail me. It's the same thing. Bullshit. I'm Catholic.
Catholics are Christian, but it's a denomination in Christianity. But can you answer this question?
Catholic.
Which is Christian?
I don't care. Don't call me a Christian. I'm a Catholic.
Dude, Catholics are Christian.
I am a Catholic. Can you say that?
Yeah, and that means you're also Christian.
Can you say that?
Yeah, you're Catholic and Christian.
Thank you. Go ahead with your question.
Okay, you just really caught me off guard. What was I saying?
I don't know. Something about Christians. You asked me if I was Christian for some reason.
Jesus Christ, you honestly just caught me off guard with saying that. Let me run back. I just genuinely got so caught off guard that I completely fucking forgot. Give me 1 second.
Something about a 10-year-old girl.
Oh, sorry, I remember. Resurrection. So, I apologize. So, thank you, everyone. So, in terms of resurrection, you're Christian. You believe Jesus rose from the dead.
Catholic.
What evidence do you have that justifies Jesus rose from the dead? Isn't
you
it
got to
that
say Kamala? Make sure I want you to say Catholic. You guys always correct us to say Kamala, right? Can you respect my wishes and call me Catholic, not Christian?
Yeah, I'll call you Catholic, man.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're Catholic. Okay. You believe Jesus rose from the dead, right? What evidence do you have to believe that to be true?
It's called faith.
Okay, so you believe things without evidence.
It's called faith. Try it sometime.
I'm good. I don't believe things without evidence.
Well, it's a sad life for you, but it's okay. You have your right.
I live a pretty happy life.
I'm sure you do.
So I think it's a pretty sad life to you that you feel hopefully everyone who doesn't believe is just going to go to hell.
When you go to the next life. Yeah,
what?
Exactly. Hopefully it's that way when you go to the next life.
I don't know what's going to happen. No one does.
Exactly.
You don't either. You're just deciding to... Dude, that's no different than me believing that I'm going to be a Pokemon master when I die. Right? Based upon faith. I have faith. I have faith that I'm going to be the very best that no one ever was.
What's wrong with having faith?
To catch them is my real test, and train them is my cause. Pokemon, gotta catch them all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. I'll teach you when you teach me. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. You know, that's exactly like I'm gonna be a Pokemon master when I die, bro. That's what the afterlife is. The afterlife is Pokemon master life for Parker, okay? I believe that based upon faith. I have no evidence to believe it, but I believe it. Am I justified in my belief?
What's wrong with faith, Parker?
I'm just saying you can't believe things with no evidence. Like that justifies the person who's a QAnoner that believes Joe Biden's been dead since 2017. Right? Their belief is just as valid as yours. You need evidence. Like, literally, let me just clarify.
Did you just say we can't believe in God?
You can believe in God, but you need evidence.
You just said no. Why? Why do I need evidence?
Because if you don't have evidence, that makes your view the same as someone specifically who also thinks that Joe Biden's been dead since 2017 and that reptilians control the whole world and that the earth is flat. Like, all of those views are the exact same as your view in terms of the justification for it if you believe it without any evidence.
Okay, can I rebuttal that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you how stupid and that argument is. So
Okay.
your biggest argument when it comes to transgender is for us to respect their views that they believe they're women, right?
So I think that language is subjective.
Question, bro.
No, I don't. I think that's a reductive way of viewing my perspective. I think that's a part of my perspective, but it's a reductive way to view that's the main or the only aspect of it.
You just kicked a guy for calling.
Can I please explain my view?
You just kicked a guy.
Yeah, because it's disrespectful.
Right. So it's disrespectful to you to say that it's bad for me to believe in God.
What?
Yeah. What?
I never. It's not disrespectful for me to say that having faith makes no sense. Like if you believe things with no evidence.
You're totally disrespecting my belief in my religion.
Cry about it then. If you think that me saying that your view is,
that's my point. If why is it that we have to respect
because that's not disrespect. It's not disrespectful for me to say that your view is not justified. That's not disrespectful. And also, I think there's a different level of disrespect. I think some level of disrespect makes sense, but when you're like dead naming someone, I'm not going to allow for that level of disrespect, especially because it has nothing to do with someone who's on the stream and you're just spreading bigotry. Yeah, I'm going to kick that from the stream. If you want to be disrespectful to me as a person, I'll keep you up. Like literally, I don't care if you want to be disrespectful to me as a person. Okay?
So you can disrespect millions of people who believe in God.
How did I disrespect you?
You just said that we shouldn't believe in God because there's no proof.
That's not disrespectful to say that I disagree with your view. Like what?
I think that a lot of Catholics and Christians would disagree with you.
Okay, I don't care. It's not disrespectful for me to say I disagree with your worldview.
Do you think we care if transgenders? If we
You're actually being disrespectful, though. Do you understand the distinction? You can't just say something's disrespectful because you feel like it.
What? I believe that they're men. I don't believe that they're women.
Yeah, and you understand that you're specifically parading this idea in order to be able to demean them. Like that's what the last person was doing. You can be respectful to that respect, right? Names are subjective, right? Language in general is subjective, right? The fact that you would feel the need to superimpose your subjective terminology to be disrespectful towards them makes no sense. Like in the same way that you asked me to call you a Catholic, right? Do you want me to call you Christian?
Parker, do you believe that Caitlyn Jenner was born a biological man?
She's biologically male.
Okay. So, if I sit here and say, I don't believe that and I'm not saying it disrespectfully, but I'm saying my belief, my opinion, personal opinion, is I don't believe that she is a she. I believe she is a male. You're telling me that's disrespectful?
No, you can acknowledge that she's biologically male, but we're saying that we disagree in terms of gender. And by the way, you can disagree. You're entitled to your opinion. But what I'm saying is that I disagree with it for these reasons, and you can still include trans people within the context of your definitions, right, and their identities as valid, and still be logically consistent. There are no issues in terms of truth or in terms of reason if you are to accept trans identity. That's what I say.
It's the same thing about. Okay, so let's go back to God. If I have faith that there is a God, okay, I truly believe that in my heart of hearts, okay. And I have faith. Why? Okay, and your opinion is that I shouldn't believe that because there's no actual physical proof, right?
No, I'm saying that if you don't have evidence, you shouldn't believe it because you have no evidence.
Okay, but I can tell you there's tons of evidence of miracles that have happened in life, and
there's not.
You
can tell me what you think the evidence of miracles is, but if there's evidence of miracles, the question I typically ask for people in that circumstance is, then why doesn't God apply miracles to any individual who is dying with cancer, any kids who are dying with cancer? Why doesn't he save all of the kids dying of cancer if he's going to create all these miracles?
But that's the thing. You'd have to ask God. Nobody talks to God. I'm sure he has his reasons, right?
Nobody talks to God, but don't you guys claim that prophets exist and talk to God?
Maybe he wants some of those kids that don't make it. Maybe he wants.
Do you think Moses talked to God?
Hey, isn't that what does the scripture say?
I don't believe Moses existed as a person, right? So what do you accept in the scripture? What?
If you don't believe Moses existed, then why would you ask, do you think Moses talked to God?
Because it's an internal criticism of your view. You believe Moses existed,
right? But you don't even believe in God. So basically, you shouldn't even ask anything about any of that because you don't believe in any of it.
That makes literally no fucking sense. I can still criticize someone's worldview from an internal perspective, even if I don't agree with it.
Why would you want to criticize somebody's belief in God? What do you get out of that?
I can demonstrate the worldview to be wrong. That's really, I brought it up in this conversation simply to demonstrate that you accepted, and I was assuming that you were going to say that you accept based on evidence, and then you think the evidence is that there are witness statements because you didn't accept the witness statements. The whole reason why we started this conversation is because you didn't accept the witness statements. You said that they're all just like hearsay. You don't accept the witness statements at all. That's bullshit. Okay. And I was trying to show you how you don't accept that.
Political agenda, just like the jury that convicted him of those 34 felonies were all picked by New York Democrats, and they were all Democrats.
Not true.
And they were trying to stop. Yes, they were.
Not true, because Trump's lawyers were a part of the process of the jury selection.
And you do realize that you guys never seem to say this, but you do realize that those 34 felonies are all for the same. Basically, he did the same clerical paper.
Can you tell me what is it?
34 times.
It's not a clerical paper thing. He instructed his lawyer literally to falsify the business records. He instructed Michael Cohen to do that.
Right. I mean, do you know that used to be a misdemeanor offense until
the reason why it was a felony is because of the predicate crime that Trump committed.
So you know what I'm talking about.
He committed this crime in furtherance of another crime.
Right, but what I'm saying is see, when it comes to me, those are all stupid little things that they were trying to do to keep him out of, and none of it works. He still became president twice. Everything that Democrats have done to try to stop this man, everything.
I have a question.
The whole Epstein
do you follow
thing,
the Pope?
Did that work? Did the Epstein thing work?
Do you follow the Pope?
No, he lives in Italy. I can't really follow him.
No, I don't mean physically. I mean, like, do you like your religious denomination, Catholicism, is the person who establishes the interpretation of your religion, is that the Pope?
Kind of. No, I follow Jesus.
Okay, okay, but the Pope is who on earth establishes the interpretation of the scriptures, right?
Not
because
really.
Because Jesus gave to Peter, right, the succession of the church, right, to be able to interpret the scriptures, correct?
Dude, let's get it right. The Pope is just basically the leader and spokesperson for the Catholic Church.
Yes, and that the church is who interprets the scripture, right?
Don't make it seem like he's some high religious.
He is.
He's nothing more. No, he's not.
He literally is. That's what the Pope is. What are you talking about? How do I know more about the Pope than you, dude? That's nuts.
Okay. But I know where you're going with this. It's not going to work. Oh, he just made a comment about Trump, and Trump just told.
Yeah, the Pope is the successor of Peter.
Don't try.
Wait,
it's not gonna work.
wait. Okay, so the Pope is the head of the church, right?
I know the shit you're going to do before you do it, Parker.
I have a question. Is the Pope the head of the church?
Yes.
Okay. Is the Pope the succession of Peter?
Okay.
Yes. Did Jesus give Peter the ability through the church to interpret scripture on earth?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. If that's passed down through succession, that includes the Pope today. If that includes the Pope today, Pope Leo is the one who interprets that scripture. That's going to include things that he's saying. If he's calling out Trump, why can't you call out Trump based upon that? Why would you take Trump over the Pope? Trump literally portrayed himself as the Pope. Trump literally portrayed himself as God.
You want me to answer that or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Because the Pope called out Trump on a personal. He didn't. It has nothing to do with religion. Nothing.
They've said it's specifically about religion.
No.
Like quite literally, Vance says that the Pope is wrong on matters of theology.
Right,
That's literally what J.D. Vance has said.
Exactly.
Also, just to be clear, the Pope never actually said anything about him specifically. The Pope was saying all leaders. It was in the Easter, the prayer, and Donald Trump took it personal. So, like, it wasn't directed at Trump, but Trump took it personal.
You want to know what the Pope said about the Ayatollah Khomeini, which Trump just took out?
I'm confused how this has to do with the Pope.
Huh?
What does that have to do with the Pope?
I just said, do you know what the Pope said about the Ayatollah Khomeini?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you. No, I don't.
You don't want to know? Of course, that doesn't fit your narrative right now.
I never said I didn't want to know. I just said I don't know.
Oh, look it up. Trust me.
Tell me.
You do know that you do know the Ayatollah Khomeini is responsible for killing thousands and thousands of people, right?
Of course, I never said I liked the IRGC.
Right.
I hate the IRGC. What?
It's bad that we took them out.
Dude, I disagree with wars of aggression. I disagree with going to war with them because I don't think it's going to get rid of that regime. Okay? Regime change has not been effective in the Middle East, right? We have not led to better conditions through military intervention. We tried that with Afghanistan. It literally failed. We spent trillions of dollars on these wars and conflicts in the Middle East, not for the benefit of the people there, not for the benefit of our people, but for the benefit of defense contractors, oil companies, and the rich and powerful elites that literally benefit and profit off of imperialism. Okay?
Can you admit that Biden screwed up Afghanistan?
I can admit that Trump set that up, and I don't think I can point to anything Biden did that was wrong, right? Because I don't think that Biden is. Listen, let me explain.
Serious?
Let me explain fully, and then you can respond. So I don't think Biden did anything that led to the service members dying, right? I do think that the service members.
Dude. This is why nobody respects you guys. You
Okay.
guys just talk.
Let me know when I can speak.
Okay, I will. You guys, nobody respects you guys in your word because you literally just lie straight through your teeth to the American people. And your
I'm not
listeners.
lying.
You are completely lying.
Also, you wouldn't know if he was actually lying or not because you didn't let him finish his sentence.
You're
you just
telling me that
immediately
he
jumped
just said
in
that
before.
Biden had
How about
nothing
this?
to do with the
You
servicemen
jumped in before he
dying
could finish,
from the
Steve.
pullout.
Steve, am I able to explain my perspective, Steve? Is that okay?
You just said that Biden had.
Yeah, I
nothing
understand
to
what
do
I
with the
said.
service.
Can I explain my perspective to you?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So the reason why I don't think that Biden caused that is because there's no actions I can point to that Biden did specifically to lead to that happening. Like, can you tell me what Biden did to lead to that happening and what he could have done otherwise? I've asked this question from people and no one's been able to answer it. If you could tell me, I would give him blame for it. I just genuinely don't know what he could have done differently.
The way he pulled out is what he could have done differently.
What'd you say?
Like
in what way?
You mean like physically, actual? I mean,
Like
obviously,
what specifically could he have ordered differently that would have
I'm
changed
not
the conditions?
I'm not a military leader. I don't
see
know.
what I mean?
But it doesn't matter. The problem is you guys always condemn for shit that happens when Trump was president. Well, this shit happened when Biden was president. Why can't you hold him accountable?
Because I have to point to things that they did to cause this. Right? Like,
but it doesn't matter. I could say the same thing about. See, that's what I'm saying. You guys always. That's how disingenuous.
You could say the same thing about Trump. Okay, say it, and then I'll respond.
Hold Trump accountable for anything that happens while he's president.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't. Like, for example, the 14.5% unemployment that happened under Trump's first administration due to the pandemic. I don't blame Trump for that unemployment.
Well, because that would be even ridiculous for you guys to try to do that.
So you see what I mean?
Yeah, of course I see. Yeah, I see exactly what you mean.
Okay, so I am able to call him out.
That doesn't prove your point, though.
It literally does.
Biden was literally president during the pullout. Yes or no?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he caused that. The conditions that led to the deaths. So, like, let me clarify. Let me clarify. What could Biden have done differently to prevent those service members from dying? If you can't explain that, and you don't have service members that are explaining that, or intelligence officers explaining that, well, then I don't think that you have a basis for making that claim, right? If we did have an argument for it, I'd be okay with accepting it. I just don't think that there's any justification.
You know how many servicemen died in Afghanistan during that?
13.
Okay, how many
have died due to Trump's war with Iran?
I think pretty close to the same thing, isn't it?
13. How many died under Trump's first administration in conflict?
I have no idea.
65.
How many died? If you want to go
How many died under the Biden administration? 16.
Okay. How many died? How many died under Bush? How many died?
But I think the point that you're missing, Steve, is that the standard that we hold is different than the standard that you hold. Like Parker and I can admit that that Biden is not completely absolved for the pullout in Afghanistan, but Trump also is as well. Like we put blame on both of them. While you guys often fail to actually hold Donald Trump accountable or blame him in any situation, while always shifting the conversation back to Biden. That's a double standard. Like if you can't admit that there's some things that have been done wrong and that we need to address, then there's a problem. Because we can openly admit that not everything was perfect on any portion of the actual pullout, but like we don't absolve anyone.
I agree with you, but you also have to admit liberals do the same thing.
Can you give an example?
Have you guys always? What do you mean an example? I just said that you guys do the same thing with the what ifs.
Yeah, but that's not like us. What? I'm confused how that's the same as what we just said you were doing. You said we were saying that you can't call your own side out. We can. Can you give us any examples where we were unable to call out our own side? I absolutely can. I'm just saying, unless there's good reason, I'm not going to.
Okay, Parker. Trump right now So basically, you're not mad that okay, let me help me understand. So are you mad that he took them out, or are you mad at the way he did it? Or you think we should just left them alone?
With Afghanistan or with Iran?
Iran. Afghanistan's ancient history. Iran.
Yeah, I don't think we should have gone to war with Iran.
So you think we should have just completely ignored it and left it alone, right?
Yeah, I don't think we should have gone to war with them. I think that we should have done the JCPOA.
Okay, great.
To prevent them from having enriched uranium.
Right.
From getting a nuclear weapon.
Let's say we completely ignored it, right? Let's say he never bombed it 6 months ago, the first time. Let's say because Kamala, you're saying Kamala would have never done anything, not even the first bombing back 6 months ago, right?
Would she have done that 6 months? Maybe.
Okay, but let's say she wouldn't have. You would be okay with that,
but
right?
I'll assume not. I don't think she would have gone to war with Iran, but the strike on the nuclear enrichment facilities, possibly, but I would say probably not.
But let's say he left them alone, didn't do anything, okay?
Okay.
And let's say they did bomb, not us because they can't reach us, but let's say in Europe and say France, they dropped a bomb and killed 50,000 people, right? Then the U.S. and NATO and everybody would have completely bombed and taken Iran out, correct?
Yeah, if they killed 50,000 innocent civilians, we would like in France, which is a NATO ally, the entirety of NATO would absolutely go to war with them. Yeah.
Right.
And by the way, let me clarify. I would support that war as well.
Okay.
Like, I don't think if they attack us, they're under imminent threat of attacking us.
I got
right?
you. I got you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you'd be
especially
okay with
civilians.
That. Right. So why are you not okay with him doing it before that? Why do you have to wait for 50,000 people to die before they do it?
We have to know that there's an imminent threat of us getting attacked.
Right.
Like
I see that. That's the
I even think it's reasonable to say if we're under. I even think it's reasonable to say if we know for sure, right, that they're going to attack our country, and we can try to preemptively strike them prior to that point. I think that would be a reasonable thing. The issue is that we were under no evidence of an imminent threat.
Or you think they're going to send a memo out or what?
Well, no, we can just demonstrate that based upon U.S. intelligence. The intelligence community can gather intelligence.
Let me flip it this way. So if one of the intelligence of the U.S. intelligence or the IEAA, whatever you call it, said, "Hey, yeah, these guys are building a fucking nuke," then you would not be saying anything bad about Trump about this war.
If the IAEA said that they weren't building a nuke, would I say something?
If they were, if they reported, because right now you're used to.
If I said that they were since Trump's original strike. It still wouldn't justify going to war with them. It's still not an imminent threat.
Okay, Parker, listen to the question carefully.
Yeah, go ahead.
If that report would have been the opposite, and they would say they're absolutely an imminent threat and they're absolutely building a nuke, then would you be okay with this war?
If it was an imminent nuclear threat, you don't have to go to war with them to prevent the imminent nuclear threat. But if there was an imminent threat of them attacking the United States,
you're showing your colors, brother. You're telling me so you're telling me.
Let me know when I can speak without again an interruption.
Well, you did finish.
I didn't finish. I was in the middle of my statement.
My apologies. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, imminent nuclear threat is different than imminent threat of them attacking the United States. Bit different things. So imminent threat of getting nuclear weapons just means that they are under an imminent idea of they're going to get nuclear weapons. Okay, that's really all it means. It's soon, very close. They're just about to get nuclear weapons. Imminent threat means they're just going to attack us. Okay? So them getting a nuclear weapon doesn't necessarily mean that they would attack us. I just want to clarify that. Yeah, I don't know why you're laughing, but
you're so ridiculous, bro. I mean, seriously, I don't know how you can say that with a straight face.
No, I mean North Korea has nukes, right?
Yeah, but they've never threatened us.
They have absolutely threatened us.
Not like Iran has.
Okay, but you understand that that's, again, due to the fact that they have nukes and we can't threaten them in the same type of way, right?
And North Korea has never killed any of our embassies or soldiers.
I bet we could look back. Maybe that would be true. But, I mean, we also have differences in the level of conflict. If you want to look back, especially going into the Korean War, there are absolutely examples of North Korea absolutely killing U.S. service members.
War? Holy shit! Come on now, Parker.
Yeah, you would have to go back to that. Yeah,
Parker, you're totally. Oh my God, you're so. You're totally
Wait, you're
pivoting.
going back to wait. So are
No,
you going to
you're
say that's ancient
pivoting.
history, but then you're saying that 47
You're
years ago with
pivoting.
Iran isn't?
Bro, you're pivoting. The question was, if that report came out and said that yes, Iran was an imminent threat and we're working on ballistic long-range nuclear weapons, you still would not be okay without starting this war.
Wait, if we're under an imminent threat of being attacked by Iran, like they're going to attack the United States,
Why is it so
I would support
difficult
that.
for you to understand the question?
I already responded.
Language?
Dude, I responded. If they're under an imminent threat of attacking us, they are going to attack our country. Yeah, that would make sense. That's defensive.
So you're telling me that the leaders of the United States of America and the information that they got from whatever intelligence they're using, you think they're just sitting in the Oval Office, freaking twiddling their thumb and say, "Hey, who do we want to bomb today?"
Yeah, literally, I do think that they're doing that.
Okay, well then,
I mean, they told the Pentagon to get ready to engage in military intervention against Cuba. They specifically have done this in the South Caribbean. They've done this with Venezuela. Now they've done it with Iran. They've done it with so many other instances. Like, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Bro, we did that all for reasons.
Yeah, but like not good reasons.
Bullshit in your eyes.
Well, I mean, if you'd like to demonstrate the good reasons for me, go for it. But I've already clearly demonstrated that with the war with Iran, there wasn't a good reason. Like, dude, again, what you're not understanding. Listen, hey, dude, listen, please, listen. So what you're not understanding is that literally, if again we were under an imminent threat, they were going to attack the United States. It would make sense in that context. We were not under an imminent threat, therefore, it literally does not make sense.
Says you.
Yeah, it says the entire intelligence community.
Negative. Nothing. You just said 2 seconds ago.
The director of national intelligence of the Trump administration literally said this, bro.
You said 50%.
50% what?
Of the intelligence community.
I never said 50%. I never said 50%. I said the entire intelligence community.
Negative. You just said that right now, but before you literally said half the intelligence committee was telling Trump that they were not an imminent threat.
No, I never said half. I don't remember saying half.
Trust me, you did.
I did not.
Ask your listeners.
Okay. Did I? Should. I mean, I would acknowledge if I accidentally said that, but I didn't.
All right, later, y'all.
Appreciate you. Alrighty, everybody. I think that's a good place to end it for today. Good place to end it.
I agree. The one thing that I'll say, just to kind of wrap this up, is I understand that like people are afraid, but like that's what this administration want. They rely on fear tactics. They rely on shock and awe. They rely on flooding the zone. That's why they do so many things to make it seem like they're unstoppable, like they have ultimate power, like there's nothing that anyone can do. And as soon as we start rolling over and saying, well, they're just going to do it. They're just so powerful. There's just so many of them. That's when they actually get what they want. And as long as I talk about this all the time, the biggest pushback to any authoritarian who's trying to implement any type of policy is the feedback of the people. Like authoritarians need a positive feedback in order to implement the policy to really get it going. And so while Donald Trump is a fascist, he's a wannabe dictator, which is he's a wannabe authoritarian. He doesn't have the actual approval ratings to continue to implement the things that he wants. And as long as we keep fighting, we can keep him from being able to cross that threshold. That's huge.
Exactly. Also, like, if voting doesn't work, why does the right engage in voter suppression?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they so adamant at doing that? Every opportunity they get, they try to do it. It's because your vote matters. And the more they tell you that your vote doesn't matter, the more they tell you that your voice doesn't matter, the more they're able to control you. Yeah. And that's why I tell people, get involved in politics, stay educated, keep critically thinking, and it inevitably will create a better society, not only for us, but for our children and for our grandchildren that come after us and for the society going into the future. Because what we leave for our society will be what exists for people who grow up.
Yep.
And if you would love for a society to have been better for you to grow up in, well, then you should want that for other people, right? And like one mantra for me is that like I grew up incredibly privileged, and the way that I grew up is the way that every single kid in this country should have been able to grow up, with the level of access to things that I needed, the opportunities that I had, right, the support that I had throughout my life. Every single kid growing up in America should be afforded that exact same dream, right? Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's funny. Like, I grew up in the complete opposite situation. I literally had to fight, scrap, and claw for every single thing that I have today. And even with, quote unquote, grabbing my bootstraps and pulling, I would never want any kid to have to do that again. My idea would be exactly what you're saying. Everyone else to grow up privileged. Just because I had it hard and had to, do it the hard way, I would never want anyone else to have to do that. Like, and that's what blows my mind when people say, well, it took me, I had to do it this way, or it was hard for me, or whatever. So everyone else, no, we're supposed to make it easier for the people after us. Everyone, like generations, are supposed to have it easier because of the work that we do today.
That's what I think we miss out so much, is that for many people, it's that like, I've been through that and I don't want anyone else to have to go through that.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
that, like, for many people, for example, like they'll pull up the ladder with them, right?
Yeah.
With so many different types of systems, whether it be some people when it comes to immigration, right? They want the legal process to go quicker for them, but they're totally okay with making the legal process take super long for other people, right? Or to not accept it or to make it better for other people because, for example, right, it took too long for them. Right. And that's not good reason. That holds us back from the American dream. The same thing's true for people, specifically historically speaking, who didn't want people to have access to education, right? K through 12 education, because they had to pay for it for their children. Well, we want a better society for people in the future that didn't have it now, or for the people who don't want help in terms of people's student loans because they didn't get help with their student loans. Why wouldn't you want a society that's better for the children that are coming after us than we had for ourselves? That's called the American dream. That's called making it better, and that's called progression. And if we don't believe in that, that means we will never have progression. Things will never become better.
Yeah, absolutely. And like that was the biggest thing. Like when you were talking about education, just because I didn't go to college and I didn't yes, I had scholarships and grants and stuff. But just because I had to figure out a way to pay for like my college tuition, I think that we should have a free public option for people to be able to get educated for free. Again, I don't care about what I had to do to get where I am. I want people to be able to get to where I am and get there easier. Like it doesn't take away from me for someone else to be able to get to where I am and with an easier path. Like that doesn't take anything from me.
Exactly. And a free public option, based on the numbers I've seen, $70 to $80 billion a year. Everyone in this country could have and that's per year. That's way less than we're spending on this war with Iran. We're spending $2 billion a day.
Yep.
So the amount that we spent on the war with Iran is money we could put into expanding access to education. That brings back more tax revenues in the long run, makes a more productive workforce. That creates a better society. People are more educated. They're going to be better at voting, like literally. Less people will not take vaccines, right, when they medically can, and create worse off conditions for our society in terms of that. More people will be understanding of science, right? Like that's really important for our society. Right. And I think that a lot of people don't take that into consideration, as we should be focusing so much more on education. All the money that we're putting into bombing schools all around the world, we should be putting that and investing that into developing our schools here in this country.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like the great poet Tupac Shakur once said, they got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Keep your head up. Anyway, bro, thank you for allowing me to come up and hang out with you today.
Appreciate you very much.
The co-host. It was awesome.
Of course. Good seeing you. Alrighty, everybody. Let me thank some people real quick, everyone. Let me thank some people. Miriam, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yes, I have talked about this multiple times on live. The Grape Academy, where 62 million people in 1 month in February literally went to it, and talking about all these circumstances of how they could literally assault their significant others, of people in their lives, and how they could get away with it. It's absolutely fucking sick. Absolutely fucking sick. If you haven't heard about that, I recommend to look into that. It's absolutely disgusting. And by the way, for us to have like people who came up recently to come up on our live streams and be like, oh, misandry is more prevalent than misogyny in our society is the most insanely disgusting thing to say when we live in a society in which things like this happen. Insane. Jenna, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I totally get you there. Thank you very much. Yeah, I totally get you with political jargon. Yeah, I feel like it's really confusing in general. I try to not use it very much. Michael, thank you for the $100. Thank you so much on Venmo. Can we get some W's from Michael in the comment section right now for the $100 on Venmo? Thank you so much for that. One. It was an absolutely wonderful argument on a path forward. on a path forward to gain gain changes in our society. Well, thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Yes, that was honestly a really productive and great conversation. As well as April, thank you for the $4. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, April. That is very kind of you. Can we get some W's for them in the comment section as well? By the way, I'm going to be actually answering questions. I'll be doing a Q&A for the next few minutes or so. Probably only 10 more minutes or so, and then we'll probably get off. So if you have any questions, you can ask me Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat and ask me questions there. And if you're on YouTube, I'd really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up, everyone. But Jenna, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That is very kind of you for the $10. Thank you. And you were using more common folk, are using more common stuff examples, or common folk examples rather than political jargon that some of us don't understand. It was very educational. Thank you. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate you. I always try to. I always try. Thank you so much. As well as Sivas, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It's peace. It just says peace. Chat with Charlie. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you so much on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate they said I felt like I couldn't do anything, which is why I started the Washington Union Party. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the chat with Charlie. Thank you very much. That's literally what people should use as motivation to do things. As well as Andrew, thank you for the $2. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. What will you do when Trump is out of office? I'll be talking about Republicans. It'll be like, why do you support Vance? Why do you support Rubio? I think talk about politics is something I've really got myself into that I've really found a passion for doing. I used to do this like prior to even doing debates here on social media. I would just go on Omegle and do Biden versus Trump, and debate people on that. I actually, ironically, might have recordings of myself doing that I might be able to try to find. I want to think. Or actually, that might be on my old computer. Maybe if I could try to find them. Temp, thank you so much for the $2 as well. Thank you very much. Favorite cartoon? Pokemon. If I had to pick a cartoon, or maybe Tom and Jerry or SpongeBob. Oof, that's really difficult. It's one of those three. Bush, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you very much. For America should take notes from Australia on HECS, for interest-free loans for students. You don't pay until you work a certain amount from our public Medicare system. And we do have similar stuff like that in terms of interest-free loans, but you have to pay it once you get out of it. But yeah, in general, I think it should be a free public option. I think it's the best way to address it. So it's Crystal. Thank you for the $3. Thank you very much for. Hey, Parker, I'm 30-year-old mom, and I don't understand what when I Google it. What does mogged mean? So mogged means it means like better than. So like when someone says this is really funny. When someone says like they mogged someone else in a debate, that means they beat them in the debate. Like for example. Or like typically some people will use it in like a looks context where like they look better than the other person, they're mogging them. But it depends on the context. It can be used in a looks way or in any other type of way. Let's go on to Moody. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll have to look into it. I've actually tried to look that one up before, and I've actually seen nothing that comes up when I try to look that up, to be honest. So if you could let me know where to find something, I would love to see that. But yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me over YouTube Super Chat, over Venmo, over PayPal. I'm going to be getting off here in the next few minutes, just letting everyone know. Minecraft stream soon? Maybe. I gotta post my videos right now, and maybe I'll do it after I post my videos. I've gotta find a TikTok to post my stuff for YouTube, and then maybe I'll go on Twitch, Parker get a job, and I'll do some Minecraft. I've been playing a single player world. I could show y'all, and I did it so it's not hardcore, so I actually can respawn. And I've built up a little bit, so we could work on that world. Jenna, thank you for the $5 for Def. Recommend getting the Snoopy tattoo. I have a vampire Snoopy, and it's the most complimented tat. Older and younger generations love it. Yeah, I bet. I honestly bet. That's amazing. William, thank you for the $5 for have you been following what's going on in Utah regarding to Prop 4 and redistricting? I actually have not. Let me know if any information on that. Cassandra, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you very much for Lay. Just had an episode with Politics Girl where they talk about misandry versus misogyny. It's really good. It's really good, and everyone, especially women, should listen to it. It's titled "Does America Hate Women?" Released on your B-Day 4/7. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll have to make sure to check that out. FYN, thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for Poland is not a rich country, but we have universal health care. We have free universities. I can't understand how that. I can't understand how U.S. works. I know, it's absolutely crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. I feel like it's very common in other countries, even for countries that are like significantly less wealthy than we are. So it's like we should easily be able to do it, honestly. What would I tell men victims afraid not manly? Well, I'm confused. What do you mean, Nightshade? I'm really confused. As well as I think I'm fully caught up there. Yeah, I actually am fully caught up. Let me check in the chat. Did he go live yet? No, he has not yet. Peen battle soon. It kind of just depends whenever Dean and I would be able to make time, but we'll see. Will you stream GTA 6? GTA 6 isn't coming out for like another year and a half, isn't it? Is it supposed to be like 2027 or something? Let me... Amanda, thank you for the dollar. Finland is disappointed with Trump. Most of Europe doesn't support Trump, and that's why we are smarter. Love from Finland. Very true. Very, very true. Anonymous, thank you for the dollar for Trump is speaking at a church down the street from a restaurant in AZ, and I'm mentally preparing for MAGA idiots. You know what? Damn, if I knew that, I would have like fucking tried to debate some of the people there or something. Anya, think of the €2. Thank you very much, or £2. Have you got any pets? I actually do not. Trying to prove they are men. Here, let me. What would I tell men victims trying to prove they are men? So I'm so sorry. I'm reading this incorrectly. I'm not really quite sure what you're asking, to be honest with you. Maybe this is me not being able to interpret. By the way, the next few minutes, everyone, I only have a few more minutes, just letting everyone know. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It will help get it out to more people, as always. I think right now we're at currently almost 2,000 likes. We're at 1,900 almost. If we can get 100 more, I'd really, really, really appreciate it before the end of the stream. And by the way, thank you for the 5 membership subscriptions. Have you seen Thrag and his invincible hairline yet? Yeah, that was crazy. He's insanely powerful. It's actually nuts. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just going to say he's insanely powerful. That's nuts. Danime, thank you for the $5. Thank you for. Have you seen the leaked movie of the Avatar Last Airbender? No, I actually haven't. I have not. Is Dean going to stream? He probably should soon. I asked him and he didn't see. Madeline, thank you so much for the $20. Said please shout out Project Save America. I've looked that up and I haven't seen anything on it. Project Save Humanity. Oh, Project Save Humanity. I haven't seen anything. I actually like someone claimed it before, and I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it for some reason. Kylie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much for my conservative partner. Thinks that there's 2 definitions of patriarchy, a feminist one and the real one. What would you say to that? There's 2 definitions of a patriarchy, a feminist one and a real one. There are multiple definitions of patriarchy, but obviously, like, there is a feminist understanding of patriarchy, and then there would probably be an understanding of patriarchy not from a feminist perspective, but there's not only 2 definitions. And I also don't think that the feminist definition of patriarchy is not a real definition of patriarchy. It's obviously a real definition of patriarchy, and I would actually argue is the most relevant definition of patriarchy, to be honest. And also, I'd ask them, like, why they are not a feminist, because feminism is just about, like, equality and liberation for women, like equality in terms of rights, and then liberation of women from the patriarchy. So maybe try to get him to see what his definition of patriarchy is, and then how that differs from a feminist. Tyler, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. Did you see Steve Bannon peed his pants? No, I did not. What the fuck? William, thank you for the... They said Prop 4 passed with just over 50% of the vote and create an independent commission to handle the redistricting in 2018, but the GOP Let me read the whole thing. If I made a Bedrock one, would you play with us? Maybe, yeah, maybe. I've never played Bedrock though. Actually, I don't know if I would join people. I shouldn't say that. I probably wouldn't have time. Redistricting 2018, but the GOP charge changed it and put it where they were more of an advisory role, and passed their own gerrymandered maps in 2020. Yeah, I think gerrymandered should be banned. It's absolutely insane. Gerrymandering is crazy. Anonymous, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Where would I be able to see the DM? Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, which would it be on? As well as Megan, thank you for the $1. Thank you very much. He's asking for what advice you have for male victims concerned with negative stereotyping and stigma to come forward. Yeah, I think it's important to have community, people you can talk to. And for anyone specifically who is doing that, like, to not concern yourself with being around them or being friends with them or allowing that to affect you, because it's insane. And, it's really important to have community to hold yourself up, because there's so many people out there that are going to do that and stigmatize men from coming forward. It's really important to have that community. I would say one of the most important things. That's why these communities are really important. As well as Anonymous, thank you for the $1. Thank you. Yeah, I'm wondering what happened to separation of church and state too. Delia, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you very much. I actually haven't seen them. I'll have to look. Amanda, thank you for the 68 cents. Thank you very much. Alrighty, any last questions you can ask right now? I'm about to get off here very, very soon. I guess you could ask me once I go over to Twitch, but we'll see. Dude, Cash App is so annoying. Why are they not letting me verify my business, bro? It did match up. That's so annoying. I literally can't create an account for Cash App to fix it. They banned me so long ago, and I can't create a new one to fix it. I literally put in all my information for my business and everything, and they still won't say I'm in it. It's really annoying. But yeah, all right, everyone. Any last questions before I get off, everyone? Otherwise, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna and then I probably will do a little bit of, maybe I'll do like an hour of Minecraft or something on Parker Get a Job on Twitch. So if you want to go watch me on Twitch later, just look up Parker Get a Job on Twitch or twitch.tv/Parker Get a Job. Thank you for the hand art. Thank you. And I should be on probably within an hour or so. But yeah, I love y'all so much. I'll see everyone later. Good night, everyone. Good day, everyone. I'll see everyone. Bye-bye.